Chapter 794. Time slowly flowed on, and in the blink of an eye, Gustav's injuries were being healed by Linley's constant supply of primordial chaos energy. Not only that, Gustav could vaguely sense that the barriers to the next level of insight which he had not sensed for so long had suddenly appeared. Feeling that firm and unbreakable barrier, he knew that he would not be able to break through here. It was not the information that Lin Ray gave him. Instead, the moment the barrier appeared, a shackle appeared and tightly surrounded the barrier. Gu Feng believed that he would not be able to break through the shackle of that invisible energy because that energy was too powerful. It was so powerful that it made him tremble. Putting aside the problem of the barrier, he looked at the injuries caused by the loss of the corpse King Dan. Now that they had been healed, he felt an indescribable comfort in his heart. Especially when he thought of the benefits that the congealed pearl brought him, he could not help but want to rush out of the ancient corpse trove and break through to the saint realm that he had always dreamed of. Phew! He exhaled a mouthful of turbid air and withdrew his cultivation. His face revealed a trace of his appearance. His tightly closed eyes opened at this moment. A bright light flashed through his eyes. His pupils were filled with a brightness that had never been seen before. How is it? Are your injuries healed? At this time, Lin Ray's voice entered Gu Feng's ears. Suddenly, Gu Feng quickly got up and turned to look at Lin Ray. His eyes were filled with gratitude. Plop! Suddenly, under everyone's gaze, the arrogant Gu Feng directly stood in front of Lin Ray and swore, "Gu Feng, from today onwards, will recognize Lin Ray as my master. I will cast away all thoughts of rebellion. I will use the 9 heavens divine thunder and netherworld divine fire to refine my body. I will fall into the endless underworld." Linley was stunned. Looking at this sudden scene, Linley was stunned. He hadn't expected this to happen. He thought that as long as he could get the Corpse King pill, it wouldn't matter whether he took the ancient wind or not. But now, this scene had happened. At that moment, Lin Ray was not the only one who was like that. Even the earth corpses, human corpses, Ba Bao Bao, Jia Yang Pai Xiu and the others who had already finished teaching the martial technique were all stunned when they saw this scene. Among them, especially the earth corpses and the human corpses, they knew their big brother very well. But now, seeing their big brother swearing to recognize Lin Ray as his master, they felt that it was somewhat unreal. Where was their arrogant big brother? Where was their arrogant and unruly elder brother? Where did their elder brother, who hated the world, go? At this moment, Gu Feng, who was kneeling on the ground, felt the strange gazes from all around him, including his own brothers, and a helpless expression appeared on his face. Alas! Sighing, Gu Feng looked at the earth corpse and human corpse and said, "You two, why aren't you coming over? Do you want me to invite you over?" Gu Feng's action made everyone's jaws drop. They believed that as long as one was a normal person, they would be able to understand what he meant. He wanted to drag his brother down with him. No, he wanted his brother to recognize him as his master. Looking at Gu Feng's action, Lin Ray was secretly delighted. He muttered to himself, "This is what true brothers are like. Sharing blessings and suffering together. Indeed. Not bad, damn, can you be a little more shameless? You even have the nerve to say such words. Damn, after you leave, don't tell others that I was the one who brought you out, okay?" At this moment, the system's voice suddenly appeared. However, the system's words made Lin Ray have the urge to rush in and beat it up. However, he knew that it was impossible. Moreover, with the system's strength, Lin Ray did not dare to be presumptuous. He also did not dare to let the system know that he wanted to beat it up. In the blink of an eye, he hid everything in his mind. Then, looking at the ancient corpse, Lin Ray opened his mouth. "Alright, Gu Feng, let's leave this matter at that. I said before that I only need you to join my Xuanzong sect. As for this, I think it's better to forget about it. As he spoke, Lin Rei stepped in front of Gu Feng and extended his hand to help him up. However, it seemed that things were already out of his control. Pa! Gu Feng slapped Lin Rei's hand away. He looked at Lin Rei with an incomparably serious expression. No, I, Gu Feng, am a man of my words. Not only can you help us three brothers escape from this prison, you can also help us reach the saint stage that we have always dreamed of. Therefore, you deserve this bow. Of course, more importantly, if you hadn't saved us just now, I'm afraid that I wouldn't have the chance to talk to you here right now. I wouldn't have the chance to continue taking care of these two brothers of mine, so. As he spoke, Gu Feng turned his head and looked at the earth corpse and human corpse with a smile on his face. He said, so, they must be like me. Speechless, helpless, and stunned, Lin Rei really did not know what to say at this moment. As long as one was human, they would not be willing to become someone's subordinate, let alone swear to recognize someone as their master. Because once they swore, they would be recognized by the Tendo. If they went against it, the consequences would be devastating. Of course, others might be afraid of the Tendo, but Lin Rei was not. His cultivation was completely out of the control of the Tendo. Therefore, even if he swore, he would not be punished by the Tendo. Yes. Big brother. He originally thought that the earth corpse and human corpse would not agree, but who knew that when they said that? Lin Rei stared blankly and was very excited. One must know that these three were in the hierarch realm, and one of them was almost about to break through the barrier of the saint realm. If such a huge group joined the Xuanzong sect, then the strength of the Xuanzong sect would increase again. In addition to the generals he summoned, the three ghost kings he subdued from the netherworld, and the three corpse kings, it would not be surprising if the Xuanzong sect's strength could sweep through the entire god realm. Plop. Plop. After speaking, the earth corpse brought the human corpse to Lin Rei and knelt on the ground like Gu Feng, and swore, I, the earth corpse, and human corpse, from now on. If I go against it, I'm willing to be burned to death by the ninth heaven's divine thunder and netherworld's divine fire. Rumble. Suddenly, the moment the three of them finished speaking, a muffled thunder sounded in the sky. It was as if the earth corpse was telling Gu Feng and the other two that if they went against the oath, then what they said would befall them. Sigh. Looking at the three of them, Lin Rei was secretly happy and excited, but he put on a troubled expression. Alright, since that's the case, then this sovereign will accept it. After saying that, he stepped forward and helped the three of them up. Since that's the case, from now on, you are the disciples of the Xuanzong sect. When there's no one around, you can call me young master. When there's someone around, you can call me sect master. Yes, we understand. The three of them nodded and went to Lin Rei's side. They stood respectfully behind him and did not say a word. This scene made the surrounding people sigh. Just like that, he took in three supremes of the god realm. Feeling the surrounding people's gazes, Lin Rei did not feel anything strange. Looking at them, Lin Rei opened his mouth and told them his next plan. The matters here have been settled. The only thing we can do now is to wait for the seal to open in 10 years, and then we will leave this place. Yes. With regards to Lin Rei's words, no one disagreed. After all, they came with him. So, at this moment, they all nodded in agreement with Lin Rei's suggestion. Alright, follow me for this period of time. There are still many things in the ancient corpse vault. Basically, they are all supreme-grade heavenly treasures. At this moment, looking at everyone, Eighth Bao said with a happy smile on his face. Eighth Bao's cultivation was very simple. Other than relying on normal spiritual medicine, he also relied on the heavenly treasure's aura. Rumble, rumble, kacha, kacha. With regards to Eighth Bao's words, Lin Rei nodded in agreement. After coming to the ancient corpse vault, Lin Rei had almost used up all the healing pills. Now that eighth Bao said so, Lin Rei naturally agreed. However, just as eighth Bao agreed, all of a sudden, the sky darkened and the ground trembled. Accompanying the trembling was the sound of the ground cracking open. This sound caused Lin Rei's heart to tremble. Immediately after, he lowered his head and looked at the ground below. He saw a shocking chasm appear. The chasm was so deep that he couldn't see the bottom. A chilly wind rushed out from the chasm and blew towards the sky. This scene was witnessed by everyone. Looking at this scene, everyone was shocked and puzzled. This matter happened too suddenly and none of them were mentally prepared. However, while everyone was shocked, Gu Feng and the other two were not shocked at all. Instead, their eyes were filled with fanaticism. It was as if this matter was very important to them. At this moment, Lin Rei saw the expressions of Gu Feng and the other two. Looking at them, Lin Rei knew that Gu Feng and the other two must have known about what happened just now. As for eighth Bao, when he saw the shocking chasm below, he was stunned and felt sullen. Originally, he wanted to take advantage of this period of time to cultivate. Perhaps, he could even break through to the next realm. But now, the shocking chasm had completely disrupted eighth Bao's treasure hunting plan. Young master, at this moment, when Lin Rei was thinking about something, Gu Feng's voice rang in his ears and pulled Lin Rei back to reality. His gaze fell on Gu Feng and looked at him with doubt, waiting for his response. Young master, have you heard of the Middle Realm? At this moment, Gu Feng spoke. The Middle Realm? Looking at Gu Feng, Lin Rei muttered to himself. Regarding the Middle Realm, if Lin Rei didn't misunderstand, it meant that within a secret realm, there was another secret realm hidden. And this secret realm was the true existence of the original secret realm. It was also the most important existence. But now, this middle realm came from Gu Feng's mouth. Thinking about the scene just now, Lin Rei couldn't help but be shocked. Could it be, looking at Lin Rei's reaction, Gu Feng smiled. Yes, young master, you're right. Everything that's happening now is because the middle realm is about to appear, so. Gu Feng shrugged and revealed a helpless expression. Hiss. A cold breath came out of Linli's mouth. Linli was extremely shocked by Gu Feng's words. This was because it was extremely difficult to set up a stage within 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 a stage was extremely difficult. TSK, not bad. At this moment, the system heard what the system was thinking and said. I didn't expect you to know about this. It seems that you've really grown up. TSK, of course. Don't you know who I am? Lin Rei. Hearing the system's words, Lin Rei's face revealed a trace of a smile. Looking at the narcissistic smile on Lin Rei's face, the system was very helpless. Sigh. You're still panting when I say you're fat. The system suddenly said this. Lin Rei knew that he might have said something wrong, or perhaps, he didn't say it fully. Sure enough, just as Lin Rei thought of this, the system opened its mouth and said, what you said before was not wrong. However, other than being set up by the strong, there is another way to form a middle realm. What? Shocked, Lin Rei was shocked by the system's words. According to him, other than being set up by the strong, there was no other way to form a middle realm. However, regarding the system's profound knowledge, Lin Rei couldn't refute it. Regarding this, Lin Rei pricked up his ears and closed his mouth to listen carefully. Ha! Looking at Lin Rei's attitude, the system laughed and then explained to Lin Rei, just like what you said before, the middle realm is set up by the strong, and this strong person's cultivation must be above the sage realm. He can't do it at the early and middle stages. After saying this, the system paused for a moment and looked at Lin Rei's face that was full of thirst for knowledge. Then, it continued, however, there is another way to form a middle realm. When Hongmeng came out, after the strong died, their bodies wouldn't perish. Because they were strong when they were alive, they would form a kind of enchantment seal when they were alive. This seal is usually to protect their bodies. And for some extremely powerful existences, after they die, not only will they form an extremely powerful seal, they will also add an additional layer of seal on top of the original seal. This is for the sake of protecting their bodies. These are the involuntary consciousnesses of the experts who died. Looking at Lin Rei, the system stopped explaining. Do you understand now? Uh-huh. For a moment, Lin Rei, who had received such a huge amount of information, couldn't react. Sigh. Seeing Lin Rei so confused, the system sighed and didn't say anything else. At this moment, Lin Rei also realized what the system had just said. Suddenly, his eyes widened and he looked shocked. Could it be that this place, at this moment, Lin Rei thought of a possibility based on what the system had just said. However, to put it bluntly, the system had already told him the answer to this place. At least you're not completely confused. Seeing Lin Rei's reaction, the system smiled and said. Really? The system's reply meant that it had confirmed that his thoughts were correct. Then, if that was the case, could there really be a corpse here that had survived from Hongmeng? As soon as this thought appeared, Lin Rei moved. After all, the value of a corpse that had survived from Hongmeng was incomparable to any treasure. Chapter 795. It's up to you whether you want to believe it or not. However, let me tell you this. Although it sounds very tempting, you should know the difficulties involved. The corpse of a mighty being from the Hongmeng era is not something a mere mid-stage ultimate god cultivator like you can touch. At this moment, the system mocked Lin Rei without any hesitation. The system's mockery had almost become a habit. He rolled his eyes and ignored the system. At this moment, he only knew that he would be rich if he could get his hands on that corpse. Let's not talk about whether he could get his hands on it. If he could get his hands on it, would he be able to improve his cultivation base and understand the laws of heaven and earth? Moreover, he did not have much time left. If he did not find another way, it would be a fool's dream to break through the ultimate god realm and enter the saint realm in a few hundred years. Anyway, Lin Rei knew that he could not do it. Therefore, he was determined to get his hands on the corpse of the realm within the realm. More importantly, if he could get his hands on the corpse of the realm within the realm, it might be of great help to the little dragon. Thinking of the little dragon, Lin Rei felt ashamed. Every time the little dragon went into hibernation, if it was not to help him overcome difficulties, it was to protect him. It was like this every time. Therefore, no matter what the reason was, Lin Rei was determined to go. Sigh. At this moment, the system observed Lin Rei's thoughts. The system sighed and then said helplessly, I knew you were not an honest person. Lin Rei was not surprised by the system's words. Ever since he got the system, he always needed the system or the little dragon to clean up his mess. Otherwise, there would not be the current Lin Rei, the 9 Heavens Xuanzong Sect, and such a large group of Xuanzong Sect disciples. If it was not for the system and the little dragon, he would probably still be a mediocre person who went to school every day. Then, he would be an ordinary person who went to school to work. Since you've decided, don't blame me for not telling you in advance. If you want to enter the realm within the realm, you must have a strong will, because if you choose to enter the realm within the realm, you must accept the baptism of the laws of the heavens and earth. Therefore, I know. Don't worry. As long as you can enter the realm within the realm, I can persevere no matter how difficult it is. Even if it's not for me, for the little dragon, I have to persevere, right? Lin Rei's words left the system speechless. The system could understand Lin Rei's persistence. Alright, since you've made up your mind, we'll do as you say. However, once you're in the middle realm, you must listen to me. I don't wish for you to die in a trashy place like this. Do you understand? At this moment, the system's words were extremely serious, and there wasn't the slightest hint of it joking. Yes, I understand. I understand very well. I completely understand. Don't worry. With regards to the addition of the system, how could Lin Rei be too excited? Just based on the cultivation and powerful strength that he revealed before, Lin Rei wouldn't let go of this opportunity. Yes. Subsequently, the system responded and fell into complete silence. Regarding this, Lin Rei didn't continue to speak. Since the system had promised him, then it definitely wouldn't go back on its word. Exiting the system world and returning to his body, he opened his eyes and looked towards the direction of the third layer of heaven. Young master, you, at the side, the Sky Corpse felt Lin Rei's battle intent and the anticipation in his eyes. The Sky Corpse was stunned, as if it knew the decision that Lin Rei had made in his heart. I want to enter the realm within the realm. I want to see what mysteries there are in the realm within the realm. I want to see what kind of place this ancient corpse depository is, Lin Rei said. With regards to the origin of the realm within the realm and the corpses in the realm within the realm, Lin Rei didn't mention a single word. Even when he entered the system, he had to personally command it. If the Sky Corpse moved people to enter, then wouldn't the situation be even worse? At that time, should Lin Rei protect the Sky Corpse and the others, or should he search for the thing that he wanted to find? Damn, you can't be serious, brat. Just now when the Earth Dragon flipped over, there was a huge power in that place. You want to go and check it out now? You're crazy. Don't tell me that you didn't feel the power of that power. At that moment, hearing Lin Rei's words, the Pai Xiu couldn't remain calm. The scene just now even made him, a fierce beast that survived from the Desolation era, feel the trembling in his soul. But since Lin Rei wanted to check it out, how could he not stop him? That's right. Although that feeling was only for an instant, it is indeed eternal in my heart. That energy came very quickly and disappeared very quickly as well. However, I was able to clearly sense how powerful it was. I definitely think that we should. Jia Yang, who was at the side, also agreed. Yes, that's right. You. Seeing that they were so against him going, a trace of anger instantly appeared on Lin Rei's face. He didn't expect that when he only said that to sense them, they would actually act like that. Lin Rei, really, I can promise you anything else, even if. Saying that, the Pai Xiu seemed to have made an important decision. A trace of heartache and hesitation flashed through his eyes. Even if you want my blood essence, I can give it to you. But we really cannot go to that place. Realm within a realm. Could it be that you don't know how terrifying a realm within a realm is? Regarding the realm within a realm, as a product of the Desolation era, how could the Pai Xiu not know about it? And the reason why the Pai Xiu wanted to use his greatest effort to stop Lin Rei. He didn't want Lin Rei to lose his life for nothing. You. Looking at the Pai Xiu, his eyes were filled with disbelief. For the usually stingy Pai Xiu, in order to prevent him from going, he was willing to pay such a huge price. However, it was a pity that the Pai Xiu's blood essence was worthless in front of the corpse of the Hongmeng Almighty. Just like what you said before, as long as you follow his instructions, you will be able to get what you want. As for the system, Lin Rei had 100% trust in it because he knew that the system would not harm him. He also believed that the system had the strength to do so. Sorry. Looking at the Pai Xiu, Lin Rei said, I can't agree to your request because there is a reason I must go there, so, after that, Lin Rei shrugged his shoulders and looked embarrassed as he handed it over to the Pai Xiu. Sigh. Looking at Lin Rei's determined appearance, the Pai Xiu knew that it was impossible to persuade him. He knew Lin Rei's temper. As long as Lin Rei decided on something, even if there were saints blocking the way, they wouldn't be able to stop Lin Rei from moving forward. If the saints dared to stop him, then Lin Rei would eliminate them at all costs and then travel together. Looking at Lin Rei, the Pai Xiu was startled and then said, "You can go, but you must take me with you. This is not a request, but a notice." At this moment, the Pai Xiu was like a child throwing a tantrum. Looking at the Pai Xiu at this moment, Lin Rei felt very helpless. He really couldn't imagine that the Pai Xiu had this side. Of course, he knew why the Pai Xiu was like this. He was afraid that he would be hurt, so he wanted to go and protect him. With regards to the Pai Xiu's actions, Lin Rei felt warm. Along the way, if he didn't have these brothers who cared about him and accompanied him through life and death, he probably wouldn't have been able to persist until now, let alone achieve what he had today. I really can't take you with me. Really, you know how dangerous it is inside. I can still protect myself if I go alone, but when I'm inside, I don't have the heart to protect you. Do you understand? Lin Rei said. In order to not let the Pai Xiu think too much, he then glanced at the crowd and finally locked his eyes on the Pai Xiu. Lin Rei knew that if he didn't say it out loud, the Pai Xiu would definitely go and resist even more and would have to go. Since that was the case, Lin Rei didn't hide it anymore and simply said it out loud so that the Pai Xiu could rest assured. Pai Xiu, I really can't take you with me this time. You're right. This is indeed a realm within a realm. But what you don't know is that this place is not man-made. It's self-grown. What? How is this possible? Shocked, hearing the information that suddenly came to his mind, the Pai Xiu was shocked and dumbfounded. He didn't understand about the self-grown realm. The realm within a realm that he had heard or seen was generally created by man, but now he heard from Lin Rei's mouth that this realm within a realm could even grow on its own. Lin Rei didn't expect such a big reaction from the Pai Xiu. He thought that as long as he said so, the Pai Xiu would know. Oh, it's just a little beast. What do you think it is? At this time, the silent system spoke again. However, the words were full of disdain and sarcasm for the Pai Xiu. The Pai Xiu is a remnant from the desolate era. Why doesn't he know another way to form the realm within a realm? The system asked the system. At this moment, in the outside world, the Pai Xiu didn't notice Lin Rei at all. At this moment, he didn't have the mood. For what Lin Rei said just now, he still hadn't recovered. How should I put it? Hearing Lin Rei's question, the system patiently explained to him, just like what you said just now, he's just a little beast that survived from the desolate era. And the self-grown realm within a realm can only be formed by the mighty people of Hongmeng. It's very rare. You're lucky to be able to see it now. You have to know that in today's world, there are not many realms within a realm. So, cherish what you have now, child. After that, the system disappeared again. At this moment, listening to the system's explanation, Lin Rei understood what was going on. Coming back to his senses, looking at the Pai Xiu, Lin Rei said, "Do you know Hongmeng?" He went straight to the point without the slightest hesitation. For Lin Rei, time was life. He didn't want to waste any time. Hongmeng? The sudden question made the Pai Xiu stunned, and then quickly said, "Of course, Hongmeng is the state before the desolate era." What's wrong? Oh. Looking at the Pai Xiu's blank face, but with a very eager look, Lin Rei was secretly happy. He didn't understand before, but now it was the other way around. The Hongmeng you know is not the same as the Hongmeng I know. At this time, Lin Rei said. Oh. Hearing this, the Pai Xiu didn't speak again, but his eyes were full of confusion. Yes. Nodding, Lin Rei continued, "The Hongmeng you know was opened by Pangu, but what I know is that before the desolate era, there was a cultivation civilization, and that's impossible." The Pai Xiu suddenly interrupted, it's impossible for there to be a cultivation civilization before the desolate era. If that's the case, then what are Hongjun and Pangu? Why did Pangu want to open the sky? At this moment, the Pai Xiu was agitated, as if poking a point in his heart. The Pai Xiu was so agitated that Lin Rei was stunned, and then said, "Don't be so agitated. You don't know, but it doesn't mean that there isn't." Seeing that the Pai Xiu didn't answer, Lin Rei smiled, "The Hongmeng era, No, that's not right. The current Hongmeng era has been frozen, and in the Hongmeng era, any powerful person could easily crush the entire desolate era. I think you know about the Hongmeng Qi. What the Hongmeng powerful people need to cultivate is the Hongmeng Qi that you all fight to get your hands on. Their cultivation was different from ours at that time." Lin Rei didn't continue, because he didn't know what to say next. Looking at the confused Pai Xiu, Lin Rei quickly pulled the topic back on track. As for the realm within the realm, it is the mechanism that the powerful people of Hongmeng use to protect their bodies. That is the realm within the realm today. In the realm within the realm, there is the body of the powerful people of Hongmeng, and it is filled with the laws of heaven and earth. You. What's wrong with you? Pai Xiu looked at Lin Rei with doubt and mystery. Although he didn't know whether what Lin Rei said was true or false, under the influence of the Pai Xiu's heart, there was a trace of trust. Knowing what the Pai Xiu asked, Lin Rei didn't answer directly. Now, the realm within the realm has opened, and it is time to enter to find the body of the powerful people of Hongmeng. If you follow me, I am afraid that I won't have time to take care of you. If it is me, I may be able to come out safely, so, at this point, Lin Rei didn't continue. He believed that if he said it so bluntly, the Pai Xiu should understand. Looking at Lin Rei in a daze, the Pai Xiu's heart was in a mess. He wanted to explain and follow Lin Rei, but Lin Rei rejected him so much that the Pai Xiu hesitated. Rumble! Suddenly, a loud sound was heard again, and at this moment, the energy that made everyone tremble appeared again. This time, the energy seemed to be magnified countless times, making everyone unable to continue flying in the air. Whoosh! In the sudden appearance of the mysterious energy, the spiritual energy in everyone's body suddenly lost contact with their bodies, and then fell down. Pung! 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 A series of muffled sounds could be heard as Linley landed safely on the ground. However, 100-meter deep crater had appeared around them. One didn't need to look at it to know that this was caused by the impact of their fall. This energy. At this moment, beside Lin Rei, the Pai Xiu once again felt the horror of this energy. For a moment, the Pai Xiu was stunned. This energy was very strange to him, but it was also very familiar. He could feel the strength of this energy, and it had exceeded its peak before it was suppressed. Chapter 796. Alright, kid. Don't waste time with Pai Xiu. I feel that the realm within the realm is about to open. If you don't go now, it will be too late. Suddenly, the system's voice sounded, urging him. Lin Rei was stunned. Then, he became anxious. He turned around and said to Pai Xiu, "Pai Xiu, stay here and watch them. Don't let them get hurt. I'll go there myself. No one is allowed to follow me." Then, he turned around and said to Gu Feng and the other two, "And you guys, stay here too. As for the realm within the realm, I'll go and check it myself." Whoosh! Lin Rei's words were too sudden. Before anyone could react, Lin Rei leaped into the sky and rushed toward the place where the energy appeared. His speed was so fast that everyone was speechless. They looked at the place where Lin Rei disappeared. Everyone wanted to chase after him, but they realized that they didn't have the strength and speed. Even Pai Xiu, who was a peak ultimate god, didn't have the strength. He knew very well that he didn't have the strength. Sigh. Only after Linley had completely disappeared into the horizon did everyone slowly come back to their senses. Regarding Linley's words just now, the Pai Xiu still sighed slightly and didn't say anything else. He knew that the realm within the realm was very dangerous. Although he didn't believe what Lin Rei said, there was no other way. It was obvious that Lin Rei didn't want anyone to follow him. Gu Feng, who was also stunned, had a calm expression after he came back to his senses. "Alright, let's wait here. Young master told us to wait here," Gu Feng said to his second brother and third brother. "Yes, understood." The two nodded at Gu Feng's order. Then, they found a place that wasn't damaged and sat down. When everyone saw Gu Feng and the other two, they didn't continue to stand. Although Lin Rei was worried, they knew their own strength. In the end, everyone obeyed Lin Rei's orders, and began to recuperate. Some even began to cultivate. Only Gu Feng and the other two remained. Their eyes were wide as they occasionally glanced around. They were like three gatekeepers, protecting everyone's safety and keeping everything calm. Third layer of heaven. Lin Rei, who had left Jia Yang and the others, quickly arrived here with the help of the system. Hiss, Lin Rei sucked in a breath of cold air. His face was filled with shock, and his eyes widened in disbelief. He stared straight ahead, as if there was something that shocked him. At this moment, not far from Lin Rei, the ground was littered with corpses. Of course, looking at their appearances, Lin Rei guessed that these people weren't humans. They were probably the subordinates of Gu Feng's third layer. However, what shocked Lin Rei wasn't these corpses. What shocked Lin Rei was that there were simply too many corpses in front of him. There had to be at least a few thousand corpses. Looking at such a large number of corpses, Lin Rei was both shocked and satisfied. After all, these thousands of corpses represented exchange points and reputation points. Just exchanging for the condensed orbs had cost him 3 million. This was undoubtedly a heavy blow to Lin Rei. AI. What a pity. He looked at the scene in front of him with a look of pity. He was speechless. If these corpses were all good to him, then, thinking about this, Lin Rei couldn't help but laugh. Just then, Lin Rei could imagine himself becoming a millionaire. "Look at how cheap you are. I really don't know why I chose you to be my host," the system retorted. Lin Rei was already used to the system acting like this. In response, Lin Rei rolled his eyes and said, "Nonsense, if I didn't have exchange points, would you have given those things to me? If I didn't have reputation points, would you have told me about the condensed orbs?" The system was speechless. It knew that it was in the wrong, so it changed the topic and said, "Alright, let's not talk about these things here." Seeing Lin Rei roll his eyes, the system felt quite surprised and pretended not to see as it continued to say, "There's a mountain not too far away, that's the entrance to the realm within a realm." Got it. Zhao Fu nodded with a smile and looked away from the corpses. He circulated his cultivation and rushed towards the destination that the system had told him about. With the system there, Lin Rei only needed to rush and didn't need to pay attention to anything else. With excitement and anticipation, Lin Rei couldn't help but laugh when he thought about how he would be served by the strongest person in the world. He knew that if he could obtain the corpse of a powerful person from Hongmeng, he would be able to break through the Supreme God realm and enter the Holy Realm within 200 or 300 years. Of course, this was under the premise that he could obtain it. If he couldn't, then, there wouldn't be anything he was thinking about now. "Alright, don't think too much. If there really is a corpse of a powerful person from Hongmeng, I will find a way to get it for you. After all, if you can obtain it, you will be able to grow even faster, and the little dragon will probably wake up this time," the system analyzed. If the little dragon wakes up this time, that would be great. I haven't seen him for a long time. That guy is always like this, without asking for my permission, he Lin Rei didn't continue. He knew that the little dragon did that to save him, but, the more it was like this, the more Lin Rei felt that he owed the little dragon. Ah. Yeah. Speaking of the little dragon, the system couldn't help but say, that guy, every time he's bored, he would come and chat with me. It's been so many years, and now that he's not here, I'm really not used to it. At this moment it was fortunate that the system didn't have any expression. Otherwise, Lin Rei could imagine the system's expression at this moment. Rumble, however, the heavens were not on their side. Just as the two of them were lamenting, a rumble was heard and the system was instantly awakened. It immediately said, "Listen, it's here, below." Here. Hearing the system's words, Lin Rei lowered his head and looked down. At this moment, there was nothing below, but there was a small pool that didn't fit in. The water in the pool was very clear, so clear that Lin Rei was a little suspicious. "That's right, it's here," the system confirmed. "All right." He didn't refute. After all, the system was the big shot, and he couldn't say anything. Following the system's instructions, Lin Rei descended to the side of the pool, and at this moment, he also slowly withdrew his cultivation. TSK. Not bad, as expected. As expected, it's a naturally formed realm within a realm. It's really extraordinary. The system couldn't help but praise. It's really this? Hearing the system's confirmation, Lin Rei was surprised. He had never heard of a realm within a pool. That's right. Seeing that Lin Rei didn't believe it, the system began to explain like a wise man, "This is the entrance to the realm within a realm. As for why it's in this pool, it's hard to say. Perhaps it has something to do with the laws of the dead, or even other things. You just need to remember that the realm within a realm is here. You don't need to know anything else." Stunned, he immediately recovered and didn't ask the same silly question as before. "Alright, go down. After entering from here, you'll see the place you want to see. However, all treasure grounds are guarded by monsters, so be prepared to fight at any time. Oh, also, when you're inside, you might encounter all kinds of problems. So, if possible, I hope you can give me the control of the body, so, okay." Without waiting for the system to finish speaking, Lin Rei nodded his head and agreed without hesitation. This was because he knew that the system wouldn't be afraid. As long as it knew this, it would be enough. Moreover, as the old saying goes, don't use people you don't trust. To Lin Rei, the system was like an enlightened teacher, and it trusted him very much. Okay. The system was stunned by Lin Rei's decisiveness. Then, it recovered and didn't say anything else. "I'm going down." Seeing that the system was speechless, Lin Rei opened his mouth and asked. In here, he didn't dare to act recklessly like he did outside. Here, danger was everywhere and could take your life at any time. Therefore, Lin Rei was careless. "Go down," the system replied. "Okay." Hearing this, Lin Rei felt relieved. Then, the Chaos Dragon Spear appeared in his hand. After clenching it tightly, he gritted his teeth and stomped his feet. With a determined look in his eyes, he jumped into the pool. With a splash, the pool of water splashed out, and Linley's figure completely disappeared into the mountains. After entering the water, Lin Rei was like a dragon diving into the sea. His speed was extremely fast, like a swimming dragon. His head was facing down as he dove down. At this moment, Lin Rei's face didn't look relaxed at all. On the contrary, his expression was grim and he was vigilant about everything. It was as if something that could threaten his life would appear at any time and rush out. After all, Lin Rei, who was in the water, was very tired. Moreover, this was the realm within the realm. It was an extremely dangerous place where he could lose his life at any time. If he didn't pay attention to his surroundings, he would have gotten up many times. TSK. As expected, the laws of heaven and earth here are very powerful. Suddenly, the system's words stunned Lin Rei. The laws of heaven and earth? Why don't I feel it? Lin Rei really didn't feel the laws of heaven and earth that the system mentioned. At his level, he could naturally feel the power of the laws. But now, he couldn't feel it at all. He didn't understand. Looking at Lin Rei's puzzlement, the system laughed. I forgot to tell you. The laws of heaven and earth here are the purest. The laws of heaven and earth that you know seem to have been filtered. Only the form is left, but the rhythm is with it. So you can't feel it. Oh. I see. Hearing this, Lin Rei nodded in shock. This was the first time he heard of it. Of course, even though it's only a rough law of heaven and earth, it's still very powerful. Just like Hongjun, although he merged with the Tao, in the end, he only cultivated the laws of heaven and earth that you can feel. Since the beginning of the untainted land, only one person could feel the complete laws. And because of this reason, heaven and earth couldn't tolerate it. In the end, he was destroyed. At this moment, the system spoke again. Oh? Who was it? Lin Rei was puzzled. He was very curious. Who was so powerful to be able to do this? At the same time, when he heard that he was destroyed by heaven and earth, he couldn't help but sigh and feel sad. Pangu. Only he could feel the complete laws of heaven and earth. Hiss. Hearing this name, Lin Rei couldn't help but feel deep veneration for Pangu. He had always worshipped Pangu. One must know that Pangu was a great god and only he could be called that. Alright, you don't have to be like this. Sooner or later, you'll be able to feel the laws of heaven and earth. Besides, you won't be like Pangu, who is not tolerated by heaven and earth. After all, you've already escaped the surveillance of the Tendo and the Great Tao. The system laughed. Okay, got it. After saying that, Lin Rei remained silent. In response, the system tactfully shut its mouth. Roar. Suddenly, a sound that resembled a dragon's roar was heard. At the same time, the originally quiet and warm water suddenly became restless. If it was more appropriate, it would be better to say that the water seemed to have been boiled and began to boil. This happened so quickly that Lin Rei couldn't react in time. His originally diving body suddenly stopped and strangely rose up. F***ck. Being pulled back to reality by this strange sound, Lin Rei couldn't help but curse. At this moment, he was even more vigilant. This sound was like a dragon's roar. Lin Rei could feel that this beast's roar was very powerful, so powerful that it was beyond the range of what he could resist. TSK. What a pity. The realm within the realm is indeed very dangerous. Just one awakening and it already has the strength of a late-stage Tao Fruit Saint. The system said. What? A late-stage Tao Fruit Saint? Shocked. Lin Rei was shocked by the system's words. A Tao Fruit Saint was enough to shock Lin Rei, but now, a late-stage Tao Fruit Saint appeared. Yes. The system replied, a late-stage Tao Fruit Saint. But you don't have to be nervous. This is not a real demon beast, but an illusion created by the laws of heaven and earth to guard this place. Unless someone intrudes here, they won't appear. Illusion technique? At this moment, Lin Rei blushed with shame. It was just an illusion technique, but it had the strength of a Tao Fruit Saint. This made Lin Rei's heart tremble, and he had the urge to die. Sigh. How should I explain it to you? Seeing Lin Rei like this, the system couldn't be bothered to explain. Give me the initiative of your body. I'll help you resist it. The current you is no match for it. Moreover, I'll take this opportunity to let you experience what a truly perfect law of heaven and earth is like. After this, you'll despise the laws of heaven and earth you've learned before. You'll even think that they're trash. Okay. Lin Rei nodded at this suggestion. With a thought, he instantly handed over the sovereignty of his body to the system. Boom! In the instant that Linley relinquished control of his body, a terrifying surge of energy appeared. The boiling water, under the influence of this energy, began to slowly recover to its normal state. Chapter 797. Powerful, vast, boundless. At this moment, Lin Rei could only think of these words to express himself. He really could not think of any other words. Previously, he thought that the system had used all of its power, but compared to this time, it was a far cry. If the last time the system used its power, it was like an ant, then this time, the system used its power like a cat. It was very powerful. Fortunately, Lin Rei's body was strong. Otherwise, he would not be able to withstand such a huge and vast power. He would probably explode and die the moment he received the power of the system. His body and Tao would vanish. *CK, I didn't expect the system to be so terrifying. It's just a system, but it has such powerful power. How strong is it? At this moment, Lin Rei, who was in the state of observation and feeling, felt the power in his body that was not inferior to his own. He began to wonder. Perhaps it was the limit of power, so Lin Rei could not figure out what level the system's power had reached. Heh, you brat! The system had taken over the sovereignty of Lin Rei's body, so it was very clear what he was thinking. Of course, even if it did not have sovereignty, as long as he wanted to know, the system would know everything about Lin Rei. Hearing Lin Rei's thoughts, the system smiled helplessly. You brat, don't ask. You need cultivation. As long as you have time, you will definitely answer. Of course, this is only a matter of time. Lin Rei did not object to the system's words. What he lacked the most was not a huge and endless amount of spiritual energy. What he lacked the most was a powerful and peerless cultivation method, and not weapons. What Lin Rei lacked the most was time. As long as he had the original time, everything would not be a problem. Enough. Seeing Lin Rei like this, the system said, remember, pay attention to how I fight the enemy. I have to remind you of the past. What? Lin Rei was puzzled. The way you fought in the past was too boring, too boring. The system teased. After saying this, without waiting for Lin Rei to refute, his body instantly returned to the country bumpkin state. The Chaos Dragon spear in his hand emitted a sharp cold light, as if it was ready to attack at any time. Woo! A dragon's roar was heard again, and the water around them boiled even more. Lin Rei. Well, to be more specific, the system that was in Lin Rei's body could feel that the precepts of the heavens and earth that came from the surrounding edema were naturally mobilized by the roar just now, and began to rush towards Lin Rei. The system couldn't help but look at this scene. The corners of its mouth curled up slightly, revealing a happy smile. It then moved, no longer waiting for its death. At this moment, Lin Rei, who was in the system space, felt nervous when he sensed the system's intention. It wasn't that he was afraid, but that he was about to see the system make its move. Although he had seen it before, it was just a flash in the pan. He couldn't see it clearly at all. But now, it was real, for a long time. Lin Rei believed that the system would take a lot of time to make its move this time. Secondly, he could openly learn it secretly. Especially when he thought of the system's heaven and earth palm last time, Lin Rei felt that the level of the palm technique was very high. At the very least, it wasn't something that he could learn at his current stage. Even if it was still there, Lin Rei wasn't sure if he could learn it successfully. It's coming. At this moment, the system suddenly spoke, its eyes fixed on the ground below. It turned left, and spiritual energy instantly filled his body. Then, it began to circulate according to the path of the heaven and earth palm. Come on. After saying this, the first style of the heaven and earth palm, skybreak, was instantly used. He raised his hand and slammed it down. Boom. Boom boom, a buzzing sound could be heard. Below them, the pool that was originally filled with water, under the system's heaven and earth palm, strange clothes appeared. The water in front of them, under the system's thought, was cut down from the middle. Hiss, in the system, Lin Rei was watching this scene. He couldn't help but suck in a breath of cold air. His eyes were wide open, and his eyes were filled with disbelief. His mouth was full of thoughts, and he looked like he had yet to recover from his shock. When Lin Rei entered the pool, he felt that the water here was very strange. If he wanted to dive in the water, it would be fine. But if he wanted to use his cultivation to raise the water like the system's heaven and earth palm, Lin Rei knew that he couldn't do it. Then, something strange happened. The moment the water was raised, a divine beast covered in red runes appeared. It was a dragon. A rumbling sound of several feet long rushed towards Lin Rei with its head facing up, carrying a huge killing intent and a terrifying murderous aura. Be careful. In the system, looking at the rumbling sound, Lin Rei couldn't help but warn. The light of a grain of rice dares to compete with the light of the moon. You're just an ant. In response to Lin Rei's warning, the system didn't care at all. Just like before, it didn't care at all and shouted at him. Then, the heaven and earth palm was used again. A palm print filled with the aura of death appeared and rushed towards the rumbling sound. Its speed was so fast that it left people in the dust. Looking at the rumbling sound, Lin Rei was stunned. Just based on the rumbling sound just now, Lin Rei was relieved. Even 10 of him wouldn't be a match for it. As if it had a spirit, it felt the threatening aura. The rumbling sound was angry. It raised its head and a ball of energy rushed out towards the palm print. Bang! A muffled sound was heard. The two attacks cancelled each other out. No one could do anything to the other. Seeing that its attack was cancelled out, the system couldn't help but be surprised. I didn't think that I would underestimate it. It seems that the owner of this place was not simple when he was alive. Whoosh, just as the system was stunned, the red dragon rushed out with a ball of energy. Its speed was so fast that it was in front of the system in the blink of an eye. The system looked at the ball of energy that was almost within reach. Its face was full of mockery and disdain, as if it was looking down on the ball of energy in front of it. However, in the next moment, the system's action made Lin Rei excited. Looking at the ball of energy that was about to collide with itself, the system casually waved its hand. A huge amount of energy appeared and wrapped the ball of energy in an instant. TSK, not bad. Unfortunately, it's still far from being able to match up to me. After praising it, Sailor rushed towards the rumbling sound with the ball of energy. Sensing that the attack contained its own energy, the rumbling sound was stunned. It wanted to resist, but unfortunately, the speed of the system's attack was too fast. Just as the red dragon was about to react, the attack arrived and accurately hit the red dragon's body. Bang! A muffled sound was heard. The red dragon howled in grief. In an instant, its body was completely shattered by the system's attack. It turned into energy and disappeared without a trace. Hiss. Seeing this scene in the system, Lin Rei couldn't help but suck in a breath of cold air. His face was full of shock. How is it? What do you think of my palm technique? At this moment, feeling Lin Rei's shocked expression, the system said proudly. Yes, it's amazing. It's too amazing. Lin Rei complimented the system without any shame. If you could teach me this palm technique, it would be even more perfect. System, Linley didn't have a chance, nor did he reply. Silently, he charged downwards. The tunnel that had been opened up earlier, now returned to its original state after the red dragon had been destroyed. The system once again embarked on its journey. Lin Rei was speechless. He knew that since the system said that, it didn't want him to learn the heaven and earth palm. However, Lin Rei had already made up his mind to learn the heaven and earth palm. Sooner or later, he would learn this palm technique. Just like that, the system followed Linley and killed all sorts of demonic beasts that were formed from the laws of heaven and earth. However, during this process, Linley almost always mentioned that he wanted to learn the heaven and earth palm. As for the system, under Lin Rei's perseverance, it didn't say anything in the end. Although it didn't teach Lin Rei the heaven and earth palm, it did teach Lin Rei other combat techniques. One of them was called Thousand Illusions. It was an upper-grade holy-level combat technique. The other one was called Colored Glaze. It was a combat technique that was formed by the illusory spirit blood fire. It was also an upper-grade holy-level combat technique. However, when comparing the two, the latter's attack power was stronger. After all, it was formed by the illusory spirit blood fire. In this regard, Lin Rei completely handed over the sovereignty of his body to the system. He was deeply attracted to the two combat techniques and couldn't extricate himself. He closed himself off and began to cultivate the two combat techniques in the system space. Even Linley himself didn't know how long he had been training with the system and daytime. What he did know, however, was that he had only stopped after he had reached the level of novice insight in both techniques. It wasn't that he didn't want to continue cultivating, but the two combat techniques were really too profound. At the current level, Lin Rei was still unable to understand the latter parts of the combat techniques. Lin Rei could only give up on this. But the disappointment and helplessness in his heart made it so that Linley couldn't raise his spirits. He had never imagined that there would come a day when his innate talent would reach a level where he was unable to fully comprehend battle tactics. However, what Lin Rei didn't know was that while he was cultivating the combat techniques, the system was constantly monitoring him. Just as Lin Rei was feeling helpless, the system appeared. "Kid, you've occupied your body for so long. Shouldn't you go out and take a look?" The system's sudden appearance stunned Lin Rei. He hadn't expected the system to appear at this time. Looking at the system, Lin Rei smiled helplessly and said, "Has the matter outside been resolved?" "Yes, it's been resolved." In response to Lin Rei's question, the system nodded with a relaxed expression. "Not only that, in the process of controlling your body, I've already engraved the complete precepts of heaven and earth in the outside world into your body. Of course, these are all very important precepts of heaven and earth. However, you still need to slowly comprehend and study them on your own. After all, this isn't something that can be accomplished overnight." "Okay, got it." In response to the system's words, the sadness and disappointment on Lin Rei's face were replaced by a smile. After all, the news that the system brought was good news. "Alright, you can go out now. When you encounter danger, I'll appear." The system looked at Lin Rei. Then, it cut off the connection with Lin Rei's body and returned the body to Lin Rei. In response, Lin Rei nodded and didn't say anything. With a thought, he instantly left the system and returned to his body, taking control of the body that originally belonged to him. However, the moment Lin Rei took control of his body, an inexplicable feeling welled up in his heart. He didn't know what this feeling was and he couldn't grasp it. However, he felt that there were a lot of things around him that he could figure out. Of course, figuring it out didn't mean that he understood it. Lin Rei didn't understand these things, but he felt that this body was more compatible with him and didn't feel as unfamiliar as before. Feeling this strange feeling, Lin Rei was stunned and muttered to himself, Could this be what the system meant when it said that a part of the essence of the laws of heaven and earth was engraved in my body? He really didn't understand. In the end, Lin Rei gave up on this idea. Now that he had returned to his body, he wanted to try out the combat techniques that he had been cultivating in the system during this period. He raised his head and looked around. At this moment, he was no longer sinking. Instead, he was above ground. However, what surprised Lin Rei was that the passageway above was so narrow, and this was another world. At this moment, the place he was in was so big that Lin Rei felt that it was unreal. Moreover, what shocked Lin Rei was that there were several different types of spiritual energy here. Lin Rei was very familiar with two of them. One was the spiritual energy that Lin Rei normally cultivated, and the other was the chaotic energy that could only be cultivated in the system space. However, among these two types of spiritual energy, there was also a type of spiritual energy that was like purple gossamer. The energy in this spiritual energy was very powerful. Lin Rei could feel that he couldn't use this spiritual energy. He couldn't even touch it because it gave Lin Rei the feeling that it gave him. It was destructive, cold, and powerful. This is Hongmeng's Qi. This is the Hongmeng's Qi that only existed in the Hongmeng era. It's normal that you haven't seen it before. Moreover, with your current ability, you won't be able to subdue or even refine it. So, don't forget to be careful. This thing isn't something you can touch right now. Just as Linley opened his mouth to say those two words, before Linley could finish his sentence, the system, who had the foresight, opened its mouth to explain. Oh, so that's how it is. I was wondering why this thing gave me the feeling of destruction. As he spoke, Linley subconsciously retreated backwards, a look of fear appearing on his face. Looking at Lin Rei's reaction, the system laughed. I didn't expect that you, Lin Rei, would be afraid of this thing. Lin Rei was speechless. He didn't know how to respond to the system's words because he felt that the system was spouting nonsense. How could a mid-stage ultimate god cultivator not be afraid when faced with spiritual energy that was stronger than his? He believed that even if other people were here, they wouldn't be as strong as him. Let's go. This isn't a place for you to stay. You should hurry up and find the corpse. Looking at the way you walked, there should be something you want here. Feeling awkward, the system quickly changed the topic. Chapter 798. Knowing the current intention of the system, Lin Rei did not expose it. Instead, he said, Sure enough, my luck is still as good as before. Ha ha ha, Seeing Lin Rei being so narcissistic, the system was momentarily stunned. Then, it became silent and did not say anything else. It was not that it did not want to, but Lin Rei had already killed Tian. It did not know how to continue the conversation. Seeing that the system did not say anything, Lin Rei chuckled in his heart. After adapting to the comfort brought by his body, he began to move. With a smile on his face, the disappointment that he felt from not being able to participate in the deeper levels of the battle had completely disappeared. Seeing that the road ahead was long, Lin Rei's lips curled into a smile. Then, holding the primal chaos dragon spear, he began to walk forward. Rumble, in the outside world, in the ancient corpse depository, not far away from the third heaven, at the place where Jia Yang and the others were resting, the earth suddenly began to violently tremble. What's going on? At this moment, everyone withdrew from their cultivation. With a shocked expression, they looked at their surroundings. The trembling was too sudden. At this moment, everyone was completely stunned. At this moment, seeing that Jia Yang and the others had woken up, Gu Feng immediately got up. He glanced at his surroundings and said, Tisk, perhaps it's because of the realm within a realm. Perhaps something happened to young master in there that caused the realm within a realm to become restless. What? Lin Rei, he. Hearing those words, Jia Yang was startled. Then, his face was filled with worry. Not only that, even the Pai Xiu that wanted to follow Lin Rei was worried. At this moment, the Pai Xiu recalled what Lin Rei said about the realm within a realm. At this moment, worry filled his heart. Inexplicably, the Pai Xiu wanted to rush over and protect Lin Rei. However, he did not know where the realm within a realm was. He had only heard about the realm within a realm but had never seen it before. Thus, he did not know where the entrance was. At this moment, the Pai Xiu felt powerless. For the first time, he felt that his strength was too weak. For the first time, he wanted to increase his strength as quickly as possible. Due to the trembling of the earth, the crowd began to worry for Lin Rei. Although they all knew how powerful Lin Rei was, they did not dare to make any guarantees in this place, a place where even the deities of the divine realm were helpless against. Rumble. Once again, the ground began to tremble. This time, the trembling was even more intense. Not far away, the ground began to crack at a speed visible to the naked eye. A whoa, the roar of a beast sounded like the roar of a dragon. The sound caused everyone's eardrums to hurt. F***ck, what's going on? Feeling the trembling becoming more and more intense, everyone leaped into the air. When they reached a certain height, they looked down and saw that a heaven-shaking gorge had appeared. The beastly roars that sounded like dragon roars were coming from that gorge. The roar was so loud that it caused the crowd's hearts to tremble. However, what caused the crowd to be even more shocked was not the roar of the beast. Instead, it was the enormous oppressive might that came from the beast's roar that caused their bodies to tremble. Not good, this energy is a Tao fruit saint. How is this possible? How can there be? At this moment, among the crowd, Pai Xiu felt the oppressive might from the beast's roar. Suddenly, his face trembled and was filled with fear. It felt like something bad was about to happen. He was very familiar with this oppressive might. Although he was only a great perfection late-stage hierarch, his original cultivation level was that of a Tao fruit saint. Pai Xiu was very familiar with the oppressive might from the beast's roar. It was also because of this that he was worried. One had to know that none of the people present had reached the saint realm. There were even 2 of them who were still in the late-stage God-Emperor realm. What? A Tao fruit saint. However, the Pai Xiu did not notice that he almost exclaimed out loud just now. Beside him were all cultivators above the God-Emperor realm. How could he not exclaim? Even if it was a God-Monarch realm cultivator, just by the voice of the Pai Xiu just now, they could hear it clearly. At this moment, everyone was stunned. No matter what realm a saint was in, as long as he was a saint, no one present would be a match for him. At this moment, other than hesitation and fear, there was more disbelief on everyone's face. This was especially true for Gu Feng and the other 2. They were existences that had lived in the ancient corpse trove for tens of millions of years. They were extremely familiar with this place. However, this sort of thing had never happened before. Furthermore, there had never been a saint-level demonic beast. Wu, then, at the moment when everyone was stunned and in disbelief, a huge red dragon appeared. It rushed out from the heavenly gorge and rushed towards Pai Xiu and the others. The huge dragon emitted a red light. Its gurgling scales flickered with a dazzling red light. It gave people a cold and austere feeling. The huge dragon was more than 300 meters long. It gave people a feeling that it was unparalleled. The appearance of the huge dragon stunned everyone. They had never thought that a Tao fruit saint realm demonic beast would appear at this time. At the same time, at this moment, everyone believed Pai Xiu's words. Because in the face of the red dragon, they were like ants without any resistance. It was as if the red dragon could casually crush them to death with one hand. Seeing the red dragon rushing towards him, Pai Xiu's expression changed dramatically. Then, with a panicked expression, he shouted to the people around him, "Run, run! You are not a match for this beast. Run, or it will be too late." Whoosh! As soon as Pai Xiu finished speaking, he heard a few whistling sounds. He turned his head and saw that there was no one beside him. Pai Xiu was stunned. Then, without hesitation, he casually found a direction and circulated his cultivation technique. He pushed his speed to the limit. Like a sharp arrow, he disappeared into the sky. Awu, when the red dragon saw that its prey had disappeared, it suddenly roared. Several more red dragons rushed out of the heavenly gorge and rushed in all directions. At this moment, Lin Rei did not know what happened to Pai Xiu. Similarly, Lin Rei did not know that because the system unintentionally engraved the laws of the realm within the realm on his body, the energy in the realm within the realm was unstable and the energy leaked out. As a result, there was the scene of Pai Xiu just now. If Lin Rei knew that this would happen, even if he was beaten to death, he would not have done this. It should be said that the red dragons here were all at the Dao Fruit Saint realm. With the strength of Pai Xiu, how could he be a match for the red dragons? Humph, beast, I'm going to die. At this time, in the realm within the realm, Lin Rei was bathed in the illusory spirit blood fire. His palm, which had been covered in the illusory spirit blood fire, quickly rushed towards a red dragon. Colored glass, the first move, colored glass flowers. Lin Rei's palm was constantly changing hand shapes in the air, and the illusory spirit blood fire, which was originally bathed in the illusory spirit blood fire, as his palm was constantly changing seals, all gathered in the palm of his hand. At this moment, Lin Rei could feel that as long as this palm hit, even if it was a saint, Lin Rei was confident that he could shatter it. Using the descending dragon step, an azure dragon suddenly appeared. Lin Rei, who was originally fast, once again increased his speed by a large margin. His figure instantly disappeared from where he was, and when he saw Lin Rei again, he was already in front of him. Humph, so what if it's a saint? I will still kill him, not to mention you are just an illusion of the laws of heaven and earth. Looking at the red dragon in front of him, Lin Rei did not give it a chance to react, and rushed towards the red dragon's throat. Awu, a mournful roar came out, as if it felt the power of Lin Rei's bombardment. It was afraid. It wanted to escape, but unfortunately, it was too late. Bang! A muffled sound was heard. Lin Rei's palm directly and accurately, without the slightest deviation, bombarded the red dragon's throat. Awu! A miserable cry came out from the red dragon's mouth, and then a thin line of cracks appeared on the red dragon's body. The cracks, like a spider web, began to spread in all directions, little by little, accumulating. Kacha! Kacha! The sound was transmitted to the space. Oh, sure enough, this fighting method is simply amazing. Hearing the sound, Lin Rei raised his head. When he saw the red dragon's appearance at this moment, Lin Rei's face revealed a happy smile. Kacha! Boom! With a loud bang, the red dragon, which was full of cracks, suddenly exploded, turning into fragments and dissipating in the air. Whoosh! Suddenly, Lin Rei thought that it was over, but who knew that when he felt that he could relax a little, a flickering red energy suddenly appeared. In the end, it shot into Lin Rei's body at a speed that was imperceptible to the naked eye. The moment he felt something strange and felt that something had entered his body, Lin Rei was stunned, and his face turned ugly. He immediately released his divine sense and began to look inside himself. Although the red energy was huge, he was not sure if this energy would be beneficial to him, so he did not dare to be careless. Where did it go? He checked every part of his body, including his brain, the Dan Palace, and other important parts of his body. However, he couldn't find any part of his body where the red energy was. He couldn't find anything wrong with his body. F***ck, are you playing around? At this moment, Lin Rei could not help but burst out laughing. Ha! Alright, hurry up. That red light is not bad for you. In fact, it might be a good thing for you. Just as Lin Rei was thinking bitterly, the system spoke. The system's words were like a reassuring pill, calming down Lin Rei's doubts and worries. That's good. Nodding his head in response, Linley didn't say anything else. He continued on his journey. This time, Linley was filled with confidence and drive. With Glazed by his side, how could Linley possibly be afraid and stop moving forward? In the following period of time, Lin Rei's fighting spirit was even higher. After the first killing, Lin Rei seemed to have activated his berserk mode. When he saw the red dragon, he greeted it with the first move of the Azure Glaze battle technique. Of course, Lin Rei had only learned the first move of the Azure Glaze battle technique. In the situation where using the first move of the Azure Glaze battle technique to fight the red dragon, Lin Rei felt even more regretful. He regretted that he did not learn the remaining 5 moves of the Azure Glaze battle technique. If he had learned it, he might be even more powerful than he was now. It would be even easier. Of course, although a good battle technique doubled the attacking power, there were pros and cons. Although the battle strength increased, just one move, used up more than half of Lin Rei's spiritual chi. With such a huge consumption, if there were 2 of them, it would be fine. However, if there were 3, 4, or 5 of them, it would not be the current situation. It would be Lin Rei being chased. Azure Glaze Flower, break for me. Suddenly, the first move of the Azure Glaze battle technique appeared again. At this moment, there was a second red dragon in front of him. The profound meaning of the dragon's subduing step was instantly activated, gathering all the illusory spirit blood fire into one. In an instant, he rushed in front of the red dragon and slammed his palm on its head. Gotcha! Just like before, the crimson dragon shattered into pieces, then dissipated into the air. And just like before, a red, thread-like ray of red light suddenly shot into Linley's body and disappeared. At this moment, it was already the 16th red dragon that Lin Rei had killed. Every red dragon was like the first one. After it was shattered, a red thread-like red light rushed into Lin Rei's body. For this, Lin Rei was already used to it. Phew! I can't take it anymore. Plop! Lin Rei let out a long sigh and fell to the ground with a trace of exhaustion on his face. His whole body was covered in sweat, and his whole body was paralyzed on the ground. His face was very pale, and it was very frightening. At this time, when Lin Rei was paralyzed on the ground, the system spoke. Its voice was full of urgency and anxiety. Boy, get up quickly. Now is not the time for you to rest. You have made such a big movement here, it is very likely that it will attract other phantasmal beasts. Quickly get up and leave this place. No, I can't get up. I have no strength left in my body. In the face of the system's urging, Lin Rei could only smile helplessly. At this moment, he really had no strength left. If he was fighting a red dragon, perhaps he would be fine now. But just now, he encountered 2 red dragons. The battle between the 2 sides was too long, and at this moment, Lin Rei's spiritual energy was exhausted. How could he get up? Sigh. Looking at Lin Rei, the system sighed slightly and said, "Okay, give me your body." Boom. Suddenly, when the system was about to accept Lin Rei's body, a change occurred. A huge red light instantly rushed out from Lin Rei's heart and finally appeared above the sky. Along with the appearance of the red light, a shocking pressure instantly spread out. Regarding this, Lin Rei, who had no spiritual energy in his body, how could he resist? Plop! The originally limp body, under the crushing pressure, directly fell flat on the ground. Looking up at the sky, he was pressed to the ground. Boom! as a sharp sword, spread out in all directions, intimidate the 9 heavens and 10 earths, soar through the 10,000 worlds, roam the universe. Wang. A desolate sound suddenly rang out. Accompanying the sound was the sound of a sword ringing. The red light in the sky disappeared, leaving behind only an incomparably sharp sword. Without any hesitation, it directly slashed towards Lin Rei from the sky. This sword seemed to be able to cut the world, this sword seemed to be able to cut the sky, this sword seemed to be able to disappear everything in the world. At this moment, looking up at the shocking sword that was slashing towards him, Lin Rei was stunned. Chapter 799. Asterisk swoosh, asterisk. The speed was so fast that Lin Rei, who was suppressed on the ground, was stunned, panicked, and scared. Lin Rei had never seen this sword before. Just from the pressure of this sword, it could be seen that this sword had at least the full strength of a late-stage Dao fruit sage. Seeing the long sword slashing towards him bit by bit, Lin Rei was scared. But strangely, the speed of this sword was originally very fast, but when it was 5 meters away from Lin Rei, it suddenly stopped and began to slow down. The speed was so slow that it seemed to want Lin Rei to see the trajectory of this sword clearly. But at the same time, Lin Li didn't give up on trying to gain insights. Since the long sword was already in such a state, and there was nothing he could do to change its trajectory, then he might as well obediently wait for death. He might as well take advantage of this opportunity to gain some insights into this heaven-shaking sword. Seeing the shocking sword slashing towards him, Lin Rei widened his eyes and fixed them on the long sword. The trajectory of the sword was exposed on the surface, as if it was a kind of inheritance, an inheritance that allowed people to comprehend it. Looking at the long sword, Lin Rei's heart was filled with excitement. At this moment, he did not care about his own situation. At this moment, his mind was completely focused on comprehending this shocking sword. Hurry! Come on, let me see it more clearly. Seeing the speed of the long sword getting slower and slower, Lin Rei began to urge. Faster, faster. Faster, faster. Lin Li was frantic. His thirst for that heaven-shaking sword attack had made him frantic. Ha! This kid! In the system, seeing Lin Rei's eagerness, a smile appeared on its face. However, after he finished speaking, his originally smiling face instantly changed. It became gloomy and cold, and it made others feel as if they were looking at the gaze of the Grim Reaper. Who is it that dared to use such a method to condense this sword with the laws of the world, to make others interested in it, and then use it as bait? What exactly are you planning? When the system saw the first red light enter Lin Rei's body, it knew that this red light was a kind of combat technique condensed by the laws of heaven and earth. Moreover, this combat technique was at least at the level of a middle-grade Dao technique. Therefore, the system did not want Lin Rei to give up such an opportunity. It also knew that this red light was only a small part of this shocking sword. Unless all the red light was collected, not to mention participating, the red light might even affect the system. Sigh. Seeing Lin Rei like this, the system sighed and did not speak anymore. It watched quietly. In the outside world, Lin Rei's face was filled with infatuation. His eyes were filled with desire. He was very eager to comprehend this shocking sword. Boom! A muffled tremor sounded. Lin Rei was stunned by this. However, the next scene made Lin Rei dumbfounded. After a few breaths of time after the muffled tremor, the shocking sword that was originally 5 meters above Lin Rei collapsed. In the end, it turned back into a red light and entered Lin Rei's body. Lin Rei was stunned by this. He did not expect this to happen so suddenly. He did not know anything about this shocking sword, but the shock he felt toward this shocking sword was real. Lin Rei had never seen this kind of combat technique in his life. Even the heaven and earth palm of the system was not at its peak. At the same time, the shocking sword disappeared. The pressure that was suppressing Lin Rei also disappeared at this moment. At this moment, Lin Rei moved. He straightened his body and stared blankly at the sky where the shocking sword appeared. His face was full of disappointment. What's going on? He didn't understand. He didn't understand. He was about to see the path of the heaven-shocking sword, but who would have thought that the heaven-shocking sword would collapse at this critical moment? It was as if it had been set up in advance to attract people's attention so that they would continue to sink in. Okay, hurry up and go. You should hurry up and find a place to recover your cultivation. I don't want you to die at a time like this. Suddenly, the system spoke. Okay, got it. Lin Rei nodded. He listened to the system's advice. After all, he also knew his current situation. If a red dragon phantom beast randomly came at this moment, he was afraid that he would not even know how he died. After saying that, Lin Rei did not wait for the system. He immediately looked in the direction of the depths of the realm and walked down. As he walked, Lin Rei took out healing elixirs, spiritual recovery elixirs, and various other elixirs that were good for him. Looking at the elixirs in his hand, he did not care about anything else and directly stuffed them into his mouth. Along with the crisp sound of crunching, the elixirs melted in his mouth and entered his stomach. Finally, they turned into a huge amount of energy that filled Lin Rei's body. Originally, he had some minor injuries from the battle. Under the healing effects of the elixirs, he began to recover quickly. At this moment, the pill palace was like a dry well. At this moment, it was as if it was being nourished by spring water. His whole body felt comfortable. Phew! Lin Rei could not help but let out a long breath of turbid air. His face was filled with a comfortable expression. Under the nourishment of various elixirs, his originally pale face began to recover its blood-red color. At this, Lin Rei heaved a sigh of relief. Even if the red dragon came again, there was no need to be afraid. Although his spiritual energy had only recovered by a third, even if he could not kill the red dragon, he would not die at the hands of the red dragon. Oh, not bad. Your cultivation has been depleted by a lot. At this moment, the system suddenly opened its mouth and said such a sentence. At this moment, Lin Rei was stunned. TSK, kid, you saw the swordsmanship just now. I think you must have noticed it. Yes. He sat on the ground and communicated with his mind. Lin Rei did not deny the system's words. Although he was looking forward to obtaining the swordsmanship, he was not a fool. He could already guess a thing or two. Oh, it seems that the owner of this realm is very interesting. He actually wants to use this method to tempt the owner of my system. It seems that, we are bound to continue playing. At this moment, the system said. Its words were filled with interest, as if this matter was not a problem for the system at all. However, it was the system's words that made Lin Rei smile. His eyes were filled with approval. I have to say, we are really telepathic. Although I don't know what the owner of this realm wants to do, since he used such a good thing as bait, then I will keep it. Otherwise, I will be at a disadvantage. Moreover, his body is also very weak, let alone this combat technique. It was stunned, but it immediately understood. It knew Lin Rei's temper. It did not find it strange at all when Lin Rei said that. In fact, it would very much agree. Yes. That's good. As it spoke, it looked at Lin Rei and continued, that red glow is the bait for the inheritance. Also, the shocking sword just now was only a reflection. If you want to get the whole thing, you have to collect all of the red glow. That way, you might be able to learn this sword. Got it. Nodding his head, Lin Rei checked his recovery. When he saw that he had recovered 4/5 of his peak state, he moved. Lin Rei did not want to give up on the shocking sword. He even wanted to learn it quickly. After all, this thing was very powerful. If he could learn it, it might be a life-saving measure for him. Moreover, Lin Rei believed that even if he really went to the Holy World, if he could learn the shocking sword, he would be able to survive among the low-level cultivators in the Holy World. Seeing how well he was recovering, Linley's lips curled upward slightly, revealing a hint of a smile. Then, he moved. He is moving. As he spoke, he looked at the Chaos Dragon Spear in his hand and curled his lips. In an instant, he used his cultivation to activate the Chaos Dragon Spear. Suddenly, 9 azure dragons rushed out of the Chaos Dragon Spear. A woo, dragon roars could be heard. Looking up at the 9 azure dragons flying in the sky, Lin Rei smiled, "Go, go, and get rid of all the illusory beasts here." Although Lin Rei was not sure about the strength of the 9 azure dragons, he could feel that they were not inferior to the red dragon illusory beasts. A woo. Suddenly, a dragon roar was heard, as if it was responding to Lin Rei. Then, it turned around and rushed into the depths. It was so fast that it disappeared in front of him. Looking at the disappearing 9 heavens azure dragon, Lin Rei smiled and walked towards the depths. At this moment, he was like a god of death. As long as he saw the red dragon illusory beasts, he would kill them without hesitation. At this moment, Lin Rei was happy. However, he did not know that because of him, Jia Yang, Pai Xiu, Ba Bao and the others were in great pain. Each of them was chasing after a red dragon illusory beast. They were helpless because their cultivation was not high enough and they were not a match for the red dragon illusory beasts. Therefore, they could only run away. What made them even more helpless was that they could not stay together. If they stayed together, the number of red dragon illusory beasts that were chasing after them would increase from 1 to 7. Then, they would be in danger of being annihilated. F***CK, can you do it? I say, you are a Saint Realm cultivator, why do you keep chasing after me, a small Divine Emperor Realm cultivator? Tell me, what is good about me? I will change, okay? What do you want me to do when you are like this? At this moment, Jia Yang who was running away in a sorry state had a bitter expression. He begged the red dragon illusory beast for forgiveness. At this moment, he no longer had the face and dignity of a Divine Emperor Realm cultivator. Not only him, the others were also facing the same problem. Pai Xiu, Ba Bao, Jade-faced Rakshasa and the 3 Gu Feng brothers were the same. However, their situation was not as miserable as Jia Yang. After all, in this group of people, other than him who was a Divine Emperor, the others were all Hierarch Realm cultivators. Seeing the red dragon illusory beast getting closer and closer, Jia Yang cried. He never thought that he would be in such a sorry state. He was tired, 4/5 of the spiritual energy in his body had been consumed. However, when he felt the ice-cold killing intent coming from behind him, Jia Yang endured his exhaustion and continued to fly. When the spiritual energy in his body was exhausted, he would consume a recovery medicinal pill. Again and again, the scene of a chase and being chased unfolded. However, Lin Rei did not know about the scene in the outside world. At this moment, Lin Rei was in the joy of killing. Martial God strategy. Kill. Facing the illusory beast before him, Lin Rei used the martial God strategy to unleash the little remaining spiritual energy in his body. He held the dragon spear in front of his chest and looked at the illusory beast with an ice-cold gaze. His face was filled with excitement. After killing so many illusory beasts, he could feel that as long as he could kill the illusory beast, he would be able to see the scene of that heaven-shaking sword strike again. Looking at the illusory beast, Lin Rei became excited. He instantly used the martial God strategy. With a tap of his foot, the profound of the dragon subduing step was instantly activated. ****whoosh, Lin Rei's figure flashed and disappeared from where he stood. At this moment, following the disappearance of Lin Rei, the originally quiet and peaceful space suddenly began to change. With the red dragon illusory beast as the center, the surrounding space began to compress with the illusory beast as the center. Although it was not very obvious, it could be seen that the illusory beast felt a pressure coming from its life. It wanted to escape, but for some unknown reason, other than its body being able to move, its head seemed to be fixed in the air and it was unable to move. Roar. Seeing this, the illusory beast began to panic. It began to struggle violently, trying to break free from the restraints of the space. But, Pucci, Bang, Lin Rei, who had disappeared, appeared in front of the illusory beast at this moment. The long spear in his hand instantly pierced into the illusory beast's head. At the same time, the moment the chaotic dragon spear pierced into the illusory beast's head, the originally slowly compressing space suddenly changed. It became faster and tighter, squeezing together in an instant. The illusory dragon's head, which was fixed in the middle of the compressing space, instantly collapsed along with the compressing space. If it had flesh and blood, it would have been a scene of red and white. Crack. Crack, bang, the destruction of the illusory dragon's head was accompanied by the destruction of the illusory dragon's body. Suddenly, the illusory dragon turned into fragments of energy and disappeared in the air. At this moment, Lin Rei's body was different from the last time. There was still a little bit of spiritual energy left in his body. Whoosh, a red light appeared and rushed into Lin Rei's mind at the fastest speed as usual. However, just as Lin Rei expected, the scene that shocked and excited Lin Rei appeared again. An enormous pressure, a heaven-shaking sword. In that instant, it flashed out and appeared right in front of Linley. This time, Linley could see it clearly. Ha! Come on, let me see what kind of conspiracy you have. You even used such a powerful battle technique as bait. Seeing the heavenly sword arrive 3 meters above his head, Linley was able to clearly see the trajectory of the heavenly sword. However, he could only see a part of it. As for the other part, it seemed to be isolated by some kind of energy. Regarding this, Linley understood. Unless he completely collected all of the red light, otherwise. Thinking at this thought, Lin Rei shook his head. His face revealed a trace of disappointment, worry, and excitement. Chapter 800. What's wrong? It's very impressive that you can achieve this with your own strength. You should know that these red dragon illusory beasts are late-stage Dao fruit saints. At this time, the system considered Lin Rei's disappointment and said to him helplessly. That's true. Lin Rei did not refute the system's words. After all, what it said was the truth. One had to know that a mid-stage divine venerable cultivator was able to defeat a Dao fruit saint with his own strength. No matter which realm he was in, he was an existence that was enough to shock everyone. However, Linley had done it. What's more, it happened very thoroughly. Apart from his own hard work, what else could it be? Of course, although the starting point was a bit high, at the very least, Linley had walked step by step to get to where he was today. Nobody could say anything about that. After getting the system's explanation, Lin Rei felt a lot better. However, it would be a lie to say that he was not disappointed. It was much better than before. He felt relieved and stared at the heaven-shocking sword. Although it was only half, it still made Lin Rei excited. After all, he had never seen such a sword technique in his life. At this moment, Lin Rei threw away all his worries and distractions and devoted himself to comprehending the heaven-shocking sword. At this moment, Lin Rei entered the 2 realms of enlightenment. TSK, what a pity. I hope you can comprehend it as soon as possible. Then, when you reach the holy world, you can suppress all the heaven's prides. If if it really comes to that, maybe it's time to tell you about that matter. At this time, the system said to itself. However, if Lin Rei heard it, he could hear that the system's tone was very serious when it said this. It was as if this matter was very serious and very dangerous. It was afraid that something bad would happen to Lin Rei if it told him. It was as if it would pose a certain threat to his life. Of course, Lin Rei did not know at this moment because of this. Only then did the system speak. Looking at Lin Rei's current appearance, the system smiled, and it was a very happy smile. I hope you can continue like this. First bitterness, then sweetness. There is no end to learning. Although the peak of the Tao is powerful, you still have a very, very long way to go. I hope you can always maintain this initial heart and move forward. After saying that, the system didn't say anything else. However, it continued to pay attention to Lin Rei, as if it was afraid that he would encounter something dangerous. Huff. Hiss. Huff. At this moment, Linley seemed to have entered a special state. His breathing, which had been hurried due to his nervousness, now became even, as if he had a special rhythm to his breathing. Within the ancient corpse stash, the drama of the chase and being chased was still ongoing. However, this drama caused everyone to be extremely tired, especially Jia Yang, whose cultivation was too low. Of course, the others were also very tired. For example, the 8 treasures were immune to magic, but in the face of the complete laws of heaven and earth, even if the 8 treasures were immune, it was useless. Then, it was the jade-faced Rakshasa. His cultivation was considered to be high amongst the crowd. However, when facing the red dragon illusion beast, he was still helpless and couldn't even withstand a single blow. Of course, there were also some who were slightly more relaxed. They were none other than Pai Xiao, Gu Feng, and the other 2. Especially Pai Xiao, who was originally a saint, but because of this, he had fallen to his current level. But after all, his level was still there. As for Gu Feng and the others, the 3 of them were the masters of the ancient corpse stash. It could be said that they were extremely familiar with the ancient corpse stash. Therefore, when facing the red dragon illusion beast that was chasing after them, they were still a bit relaxed. However, at this moment, the red dragon illusion beast that was chasing after Jia Yang seemed to have sensed the exhaustion in Jia Yang's heart. The spiritual power within its body had been overused. Immediately after, it roared and its aura instantly increased. In a flash, it arrived before Jia Yang and cut off his path. With a roar, an energy ball that contained a shocking pressure and deathly aura was instantly formed. Fuck, no way, you. Facing the red dragon illusion beast before him, Jia Yang's heart chilled and his entire body shivered. Especially when he sensed the energy ball that was condensed by the red dragon illusion beast, Jia Yang was able to sense the terror contained within the energy ball. He believed that as long as that energy ball struck his body, even if he didn't die, he would be in a half-dead state. At this instant, Jia Yang was afraid. He didn't expect that there would be such a terrifying existence in this place. Whoosh, it moved. At the moment when Jia Yang was regretting, the energy ball that was condensed by the red dragon illusion beast suddenly rushed out of its mouth. Its speed was extremely fast. In a blink of an eye, it arrived in front of Jia Yang like a bolt of lightning. Fuck. Seeing that the energy ball was about to explode onto his body, it was naturally too late for him to escape. That's right, master. However, at the instant when the energy ball was about to hit him, Jia Yang's eyes lit up. He recalled the defensive talisman that his master gave him before he left the mountain. Suddenly, regardless of the consequences, although he didn't know how powerful that defensive talisman was and he didn't know if it could withstand the attack of the Master Sage, he could only try everything he could right now. After all, he couldn't just watch as he was hit and get seriously injured. Perhaps, when that time comes, his life would truly be in danger. After being injured, other than being trampled upon by others, he wouldn't be able to do anything else. Yuan Guang, Universe Borrowing Technique, quick. Asterisk whoosh, asterisk a yellow talisman appeared in his hand. His other hand was also forming hand seals in the air. After chanting an incantation, the yellow talisman turned into a ray of golden light. In an instant, a miracle appeared. He originally wanted to try everything he could and in the end, he was saved. The yellow talisman turned into a ray of golden light and instantly formed an energy barrier that enveloped Jia Yang. Like an iron bastion, it protected Jia Yang and made him impregnable. Dong, a muffled sound was heard. The red dragon illusion beast's energy ball bombarded the energy barrier and created ripples that spread all around. Jia Yang was stunned. He looked at the talisman that his master gave him and saw that it contained the full power of a Sage Realm cultivator. At this moment, Jia Yang's originally tensed heart finally calmed down. However, regarding the shocking scene just now, Jia Yang swore that he never wanted to encounter it again. Awu! A furious dragon roar instantly resounded. The roar seemed to be very angry. Amen? Jia Yang, who was awakened by the roar, looked over with puzzlement. When he saw the red dragon illusion beast that was filled with anger, Jia Yang was suddenly stunned. He wanted to flee on the spot. But when he recalled that the red dragon illusion beast's attack was blocked by his master's talisman, the thought of fleeing was instantly extinguished. And at this moment, the red dragon illusion beast was glaring at Jia Yang, who was inside the energy barrier. A feeling of humiliation instantly assaulted its heart. It was impossible for it, who was condensed from the complete laws of heaven and earth, to be humiliated by an energy barrier condensed from incomplete laws of heaven and earth. It wanted to take revenge. Whoosh, peng peng. Peng peng, in the next moment, a wave of crazy bombardment instantly arrived. At this moment, the red dragon illusion beast seemed to have collapsed. It frantically condensed energy balls and attacked the defensive barrier. Unfortunately, although the attacks were very concentrated, in the end, it didn't seem to be of any use. Whenever the energy balls came into contact with the defensive barrier, they would be strangely bounced off. It was like this for one time, and it was also like this for 2 times. It could be said that the previous incidents were all coincidences. But what about the following incidents? It couldn't be a coincidence. However, this is how I am. Jia Yang felt even more refreshed in his heart. Because of this, his life was saved. Looking at the red dragon illusion beast, Jia Yang felt extremely refreshed in his heart. At this moment, Jia Yang's previous sufferings and grievances of being chased were all released and eliminated at this moment. However, there was a problem that Jia Yang was very worried about. It was the problem of the defensive barrier's duration. For this kind of defensive barrier, generally, it would only appear for half an hour at most. Now, it was temporarily fine. But what about half an hour later? At that time, what would happen to him? Would he die? Or? The sudden appearance of this problem caused Jia Yang to panic. The excitement and refreshed feeling he had just now completely disappeared at this moment. What should I do? Lin Rei isn't here right now. That dead pig isn't here. What should I do? Helplessness, powerlessness, fear, and lingering fear. Looking at the red dragon illusion beast's furious bombardment, Jia Yang didn't dare to imagine what would happen to him after the defensive barrier was removed. At the same time, this thought appeared in the minds of many people. They were also filled with worry about their own situation. They didn't know what to do. Time passed little by little. In the blink of an eye, 2 hours had passed. Jia Yang, who thought that the barrier might last for half an hour, thought that after half an hour, 1 hour, 1.5 hours, there was still no sign of the barrier disappearing. At this moment, Jia Yang felt a lot more at ease. But, just when it was about to reach 2 hours, the matter of Jia Yang, who was originally relieved, suddenly occurred. Boom! Gotcha! Suddenly, the sound of something cracking could be heard. Jia Yang raised his head and looked towards the direction of the sound. He saw that above his head, the place where the red dragon illusion beast had bombarded, cracks had appeared. What caused Jia Yang's heart to turn cold was that the cracks were still continuing. Like a spiderweb, they spread in all directions at a very fast speed. In response, Jia Yang, who was originally standing next to an Xian and a smile, was stunned. In an instant, his entire body froze in place. Aside from the fear on his face, there was only fear and dread. Gotcha! Gotcha! Little by little, the clear cracking sound became louder and more concentrated. Just like this, time passed by along with Jia Yang's fear. In the blink of an eye, another half an hour had passed. However, at this moment, the worry in Jia Yang's heart finally exploded. Gotcha! Boom! The defensive barrier that was originally enveloping him was completely shattered at this moment. Whoosh! However, the instant the defensive barrier shattered, before Jia Yang could even react, an energy ball that carried an intense aura of death suddenly appeared and accurately collided with Jia Yang's body. Bang! A muffled sound could be heard. Jia Yang, who was originally anxiously floating in the air, was instantly sent flying by the energy ball. Furthermore, his body formed a perfect parabola and in the end, he fell onto the ground. Boom! With a loud sound, Jia Yang's body directly crashed onto the ground. Suddenly, 100 zhang * 3. 33 m per zhang, large crater appeared. Dust flew everywhere. The scene shocked everyone. PFFF. Lying on the ground, Jia Yang felt that his internal organs were completely shaken. Practically all of his ribs were broken. Other than his skull, not a single bone in his body was intact. A mouthful of scarlet blood sprayed out from his mouth. Because of the pain that came from his body, his face became extremely pale. In addition to the blood that stained the corner of his mouth, the current Jia Yang was like a demon from the underworld. It caused fear to rise in people's hearts. Is it going to end like this? Jia Yang's gaze looked at the gloomy high heavens. His heart was filled with sorrow. At this moment, Jia Yang's heart was filled with unwillingness. He was unwilling to die in such a sullen manner. He was unwilling to die without solving the problem of his physical body. He was unwilling. At the same time, many scenes flashed through his mind. The scenes of him playing with Ming in the Realm Palace, cultivating and eating together. However, the scene of Lin Ray fighting, the scene of him arriving at the ancient corpse vault, the scene of him seeing Pai Xiu and the scene of Pai Xiu passing on the martial technique to him. All of these scenes appeared in his mind at this moment. It was like a movie that was directed by himself. The scenes kept flashing through his mind. A roar interrupted Jia Yang's imagination. When he regained his senses, he saw the energy ball that was rushing towards him from the sky. He looked at Jia Yang and the corner of his mouth rose slightly. A trace of unwillingness appeared in his eyes. It's over. It's going to end like this. Looking at the energy ball that was rapidly shooting towards him like a thunderbolt, he knew that if the energy ball were to hit him, he would most likely enter the cycle of reincarnation and experience the pain of reincarnation. Looking at the energy ball, Jia Yang revealed a trace of an unresigned smile. He closed his eyes and waited for disappointment to arrive. A roar sounded. Jia Yang did not react to it. However, at this moment, in the outside world, a golden azure dragon appeared before Jia Yang in a flash. It looked at Jia Yang with confusion in its eyes. Then, it turned its head and looked at the energy ball that was rushing towards them. "Heh!" it sneered. Then, without hesitation, it disappeared. When it reappeared, it had already arrived beside the energy ball. "Awoo!" A dragon's roar seemed to resound through the clouds. It shook the entire universe. The azure dragon swept its tail and the energy ball was easily swept away by the azure dragon like a balloon. It did not stop. After doing all that, the azure dragon arrived beside the red dragon illusion beast. Its 100-zhang-long body directly coiled around the red dragon illusion beast's body. Boom! A loud explosion sounded. Under the azure dragon's effect, the red dragon illusion beast instantly collapsed. It turned into a ray of red light and instantly disappeared into the ground. The same scene appeared in all directions. Pai Xiao. 8 treasures and many other places. At this moment, the red dragon illusion beasts that entered the ancient corpse trove were all killed by the azure dragon. In the depths of the ancient corpse trove, Lin Rei was still comprehending the heaven-startling sword. Whoosh! 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 Suddenly, over 10 streaks of red light appeared, charging into Lin Li's mind with lightning-fast speed. Boom! A loud explosion suddenly sounded. Lin Rei, who was originally comprehending the heaven-startling sword, was awakened. What? What's going on? Lin Rei, who was puzzled and did not want to know what was going on, asked. Heh! Boy, your decision before was correct. The red dragon illusion beasts were all exterminated and the heaven-startling sword appeared. Chapter 801. What? How is this possible? What's going on? At this moment, Lin Li was completely at a loss. He knew exactly what the system was saying. What did it mean that his previous decision was right? What did it mean that a shocking sword was about to appear? What did it mean? What did it mean? Filled with confusion, Lin Li entered the system and looked up at the sky. What's going on? I don't understand what you just said. What's going on? Why did the red dragon disappear? Why is the sword about to appear? Seeing Lin Rei's confusion, the system was speechless, but it still explained. When you were about to kill, didn't you release the 9 azure dragons to help you kill the red dragon illusory beast? Yes. There was such a thing. Hearing this, Lin Rei nodded in confirmation. SSS. Could it be? Reminded of this, Lin Rei recalled the system's prompt and his face revealed a surprised expression. Ah. That's right. You released the 9 azure dragons and they helped you kill the remaining red dragon illusory beast. Moreover, your decision saved the lives of your companions. If it wasn't for you, I'm afraid they would have been buried under the claws of the red dragon illusory beast. The system said slowly, as though this matter wasn't a matter at all. However, to Lin Rei, this was indeed a matter that shocked him, but also something that made him feel fortunate. Silence and his 9 azure dragons had saved them. In this case, Lin Rei was already satisfied. At least they weren't hurt. However, he didn't understand. Wasn't the red dragon illusory beast only in the realm within the realm? They were all in the first realm of the ancient corpse trove, so how could they be attacked by the red dragon illusory beast? How could the system not know Lin Rei's thoughts and the doubts on his face? Looking at this, the system sighed and said, "Come to think of it, I didn't consider this matter thoroughly. I only wanted to let you get used to the environment here, but I didn't expect. I didn't think of anything." Listening to the system's apologetic words, Lin Rei realized that this matter might have something to do with the system. Moreover, he seemed to be involved in it as well. Didn't you use your body before? At that time, I felt that your body didn't fit in here, so I imprinted a part of the laws of heaven and earth in your body. But who knew? As it spoke, the system paused for a moment, as if it was taking a breath, and then continued, who knew that because of the imprint of the laws of heaven and earth here, the laws of the realm within the realm were not complete. Because of this, cracks appeared in the realm within the realm, and the red dragon escaped. F***ck. Hearing this, Lin Rei was speechless for a while, but he didn't say anything. After all, the cause of this matter was him, and the system, although it was wrong, it was still for him. It's fine, as long as they're fine. Lin Rei said calmly. That's true. Seeing that Lin Rei didn't have any change and wasn't angry at all, the system then let go of itself. Actually, it was a coincidence. I didn't expect that your 9 azure dragons would rush into the ancient corpse trove and catch up with the red dragon illusion beast and execute it on the spot. Otherwise, the consequences would be unimaginable. That's true. Lin Rei nodded and said this point. Lin Rei was also very glad that he had such foresight. Otherwise, thinking about this, Lin Rei didn't continue speaking, because what he was going to say next wasn't so good. As for Jia Yang and the others who Lin Rei was thinking about, they were all shocked and pleasantly surprised. Especially Jia Yang, he originally thought that he was going to die. He had already thought about everything that he did and didn't do when he was alive, but he who closed his eyes and waited for death, couldn't feel the pain in his body. He was filled with doubts. When he opened his tightly closed eyes, what entered his eyes was a golden dragon's head. It was completely different from the red dragon illusion beast that chased after him before. It didn't feel any pain. You. Looking at the dragon's head, Jia Yang was stunned, as if he had seen it before and wanted to ask, "You're Lin Rei's azure dragon?" Thinking of something, Jia Yang opened his mouth and asked. "Awo." Towards Jia Yang's question, the azure dragon nodded its head and roared, as if it was saying, "That's right, I'm Lin Rei's azure dragon." As expected, after getting the dragon's confirmation, Jia Yang nodded his head and revealed a happy smile. But because he refused, it affected the pain in his body. Hiss, he sucked in a mouthful of cold air, his face was filled with pain and his brows were tightly knitted, as if there was a disgusting caterpillar hanging between his brows. Pfff. His internal organs rolled, he couldn't hold back and directly spat out a mouthful of old blood. Suddenly, his face gradually turned pale and his aura began to weaken at this moment. Awo. Although it was a dragon soul, it still had a spirit. Sensing Jia Yang's current situation, the azure dragon frowned and roared towards the sky. Then, it opened its mouth and directly swallowed Jia Yang into its mouth. Then, it soared into the sky and went back the way it came to look for Lin Rei. Facing this, Jia Yang no longer had the slightest ability to struggle and fainted after the intense pain. He knew his current situation. And it was also the same at Jia Yang's side. For example, at Pai Xiu's side, after seeing the red dragon illusion beast being killed, its face changed. Especially after seeing Lin Rei's azure dragon, it was so shocked. In response, Pai Xiu wanted to go up and ask about Lin Rei's situation. In the end, before Pai Xiu could react, the azure dragon turned around and rushed towards the distance, disappearing into the sky in an instant. It was the same in other places. They didn't even have the time to thank the azure dragon before disappearing. Lin Rei didn't know about this. Even more so, he didn't expect that when the azure dragon returned, it would bring back a person whose life or death was unknown. After exiting the system space, a red light instantly fused into the other half of the heaven-startling sword's trajectory that didn't manifest. Sure enough, the other half's trajectory appeared. A heaven-startling sword technique suddenly appeared. Although there was only a single sword in the heaven-startling sword technique, Lin Rei felt that this sword was comparable to everything he had cultivated before. It was not an exaggeration at all. Looking at the complete heaven-startling sword's trajectory, Lin Rei once again entered a state of selflessness. He wholeheartedly entered comprehension and did not care about the matters of the outside world. Most likely, even if a red dragon illusion beast were to appear, Lin Rei wouldn't be able to notice it. Sigh, this brat, really. Looking at Lin Rei's current actions, the system sighed and didn't say anything. However, it scanned the surroundings vigilantly to prevent Lin Rei from encountering any troublesome matters. Time slowly passed. In the blink of an eye, a few days, 100 days, a year, 5 years had passed. In the blink of an eye, 5 years had passed. As the old saying goes, there is no time in cultivation. How many thousands of years have passed in the world? He was merely comprehending a sword technique. Lin Rei was actually standing in the same place. His gaze was fixed on the trajectory of the sword technique in front of him, 5 years. In these 5 years, Lin Rei had always been in a state where he forgot about everything and was unable to extricate himself. What Lin Rei didn't know was that not long after he entered the sword technique, the 9 azure dragons returned to his side and brought the unconscious Jiayang back. However, Lin Rei didn't know about this at all. He didn't even have the chance to do so. Just like that, the 9 azure dragons returned to the Chaos Dragon Spear and Jiayang was placed on the ground. Because he didn't receive timely treatment and because Jiayang was a body cultivator, although this kind of injury didn't take his life, it was already impossible for him to wake up so quickly. Just like that, Jiayang entered a state of self-recovery. According to this speed, he would be able to heal himself in less than a few decades. 5 years passed in a hurry. Finally, Lin Rei, who had comprehended the heaven-startling sword, woke up. Absolute sword, destroy. Suddenly, a sharp glint flashed across his eyes like a sharp sword. He raised his hand and waved it in front of him. A terrifying sword that carried an enormous pressure instantly rushed forward. It was exactly the same as the heaven-startling sword's trajectory. Asterisk whoosh, asterisk the heaven-startling sword slashed across. It felt as if the space was about to be cut apart. Bam, asterisk rumble, asterisk suddenly, the hill in front of him rumbled. The hill that was originally beautiful and lively because of the natural order, as well as the beautiful flowers and trees on it, was instantly destroyed by Lin Rei's ruthless sword. What was left was only a deep pit, a bottomless pit. Lin Rei was stunned by this scene. His face was filled with shock and disbelief. He only comprehended 20% of the absolute sword just now. He didn't even comprehend half of the heaven-startling sword. But now, it was able to emit such a dangerous aura. What if it was all? If he comprehended all of it, how powerful would it be? Thinking of this, Lin Rei didn't dare to think about it anymore. Because his strength had limited his imagination. He couldn't imagine how magnificent and powerful it would be if he comprehended all of it. Not bad. This sword attack already contains a mid-grade saint-ranked battle technique. But just as Linley was feeling excited, the system's words rang out. Mid-grade sacred level combat technique? Hearing this, Lin Rei's eyes showed a slight trace of undetectable disappointment. But it was better than nothing. Moreover, he had only comprehended 2 levels and it already possessed the power of a mid-grade sacred level combat technique. What about the 5th level? Sigh. How could the system not sense Lin Rei's disappointment? However, you bastard, don't be discontent. You should know that your attack just now contained the full power of a mid-grade sacred level combat technique, the system said. Okay, got it. Hearing this, Lin Rei nodded. To him, as long as he didn't cultivate it to 100%, he wouldn't be qualified. Seeing Lin Rei like this, the system was also helpless. However, it didn't want Lin Rei to be like this forever. Then it quickly changed the topic. Alright, don't think like this. You should hurry up and look at that brat Jiayang. He was attacked by the red dragon illusion beast. Now, his internal organs have been severely damaged. Apart from his skull, the rest of his bones are all shattered. Now, he is in a coma. What? Where is he? At this moment, Lin Rei was anxious. Previously, he felt disappointed because he didn't completely cultivate the heaven-shocking sword. Now, Lin Rei was anxious. Hearing Lin Rei's ridicule, the system was stunned and said, "On the ground next to you." Almost at the same time, Lin Rei's mind and the system's words arrived. When he saw Jia Yang lying on the ground, his breathing was weak and his brows were tightly knitted, as if he was suffering from inhuman pain. His face was pale. Seeing such a worker, Lin Rei was stunned. Immediately after, he crouched down and spirit energy instantly rushed out of his palm and entered Jia Yang's body to check his condition. At this moment, seeing Lin Rei's excitement, the system muttered, "This brat is pretty good." If it wasn't for the fact that he cultivated a body cultivation technique and his body has reached the middle stage of the divine level, I'm afraid he would have died many times over. However, Lin Rei acted as if he didn't hear the system's mutterings. He didn't respond to it at all. Just like that, he quietly closed his eyes and sensed the injuries in Jia Yang's body. As more and more time passed, Linley's face, which had been calm before, slowly began to turn ugly. How could this be? All of the bones in his body are shattered. His internal organs are also injured. As for his meridians, due to overexertion and the forceful replenishment of spirit energy, it caused extreme damage. At this moment, Lin Rei, who was checking Jia Yang's body, was stunned. At this moment, he couldn't think of what Jia Yang had experienced to be able to cause his body to become like this. Sigh. After a sigh, he immediately sat to the side and became silent. At this moment, he had to carefully think of a way to treat Jia Yang. He had suffered too many injuries. Soul-shaking pellet? No, that's not right. 9 revolving cloud dragon pellet? That's not right either. Sigh, if only the Pai Xiu was here. That way, I would be able to take his blood essence. If that were the case, it would be much easier. Lin Rei muttered to himself. Tisk, use 9 spirits, idiot. The system reminded. 9 spirits. 9 spirits? Hearing the system's sudden notification, Lin Rei was stunned. Immediately after, he started to frown. 9 spirits. Refined using a treasure of heaven and earth called 9 spirit profound yang fruit. Refined using a mixture of spiritual mushrooms and other rare treasures. It has the effect of reshaping meridians, replenishing bones, nourishing the abdomen, strengthening the foundation and strengthening the foundation. Thinking of the use of 9 spirits, Lin Rei's eyes suddenly shined. However, immediately after, he became silent again. Not for any other reason, it was because refining 9 clouds was too rare. Even if he was an honored level pill refiner, he had never seen refining 9 clouds. Moreover, 9 clouds was a sacred level medicinal pellet. Thus, there was no need to talk about saving Jia Yang. Thinking of the difficulty, Lin Rei bitterly smiled and shook his head. He also wanted to refine 9 clouds, but right now, he didn't have anything. What should he do? Actually, for Jia Yang's condition, he could use many kinds of medicinal pellets to repair it. However, if he did that, it would affect Jia Yang's foundation. His foundation had already become extremely unstable due to his injuries. If his foundation was destroyed because of this, then, he believed that if Jia Yang woke up and knew what he had done, although he wouldn't blame him, he would torture himself. One must know how important a cultivator's foundation was. If his foundation was destroyed, then it was the same as his life being destroyed. It was easy to imagine what realm he would be able to reach in the future. Chapter 802. Brat, I can give you all the elixirs that Jiuling needs. Moreover, you still have time. As long as you can break through to become a saint-level alchemist within 2 years, you might have the chance to save Jia Yang and help him repair his foundation. At this time, the system spoke up. Of course, this is an opportunity. If you want it, then use your exchange points and reputation points to buy it. If you don't want it, then you can just watch Jia Yang slowly recover in front of you. Maybe 10 years, maybe a few decades, or even longer. However, if that's the case, his foundation will, F***ck, you tricked me again. Lin Ray didn't hide anything from the system, you bastard, can you not be so shameless every time? My little heart won't be able to take it. Waiting for the system, Lin Ray couldn't figure out why he would encounter such a situation every time. Previously, because of a congealed pearl, he lost all his exchange points. Now, it's happening again. Damn you, even if you're a billionaire, you won't be able to withstand such torment. At this moment, Lin Ray had 1,000 unwillingness, 1,000 don't want to, and 1,000 F***ers galloping in his heart, but in the end, he still compromised to the current situation. He closed his eyes and covered his chest with his hand. With an expression as if his son had died, he loosened his mouth. Give it to me. But, can you give me a discount? You see, we're considered old customers. You can do me a favor, please. With a pleading gaze, he stared at the sky. At this moment, what he hoped for the most was to hear the same word, okay, but he really didn't have any confidence in his heart. However, in his heart, he already knew what the system was going to say. He. After hearing the system laugh twice, it immediately opened its mouth to refuse. You're thinking too much. What discount? Don't forget, you still owe the system a lot. I'm already giving you face by not asking for your debt. Do you know what you're doing right now? What? With a puzzled expression, he asked. Don't tell me you haven't heard of taking advantage of others. Without any hesitation, it directly retorted Lin Ray. Lin Ray, after a moment of speechlessness, Lin Ray didn't act like before. He bitterly smiled and said, give it to me. Just treat it as paying for a lesson. In the future, you have to watch over them and make sure they have the ability to protect themselves. I don't want to keep losing money. I don't have that much money. I'm a poor man too. Awesome. Hearing these words, the system laughed out loud. In its laughter, Linley could faintly detect a hint of a scheme that had succeeded. Ding dong. Congratulations to the host for successfully purchasing 9 Heavens Arcane Sun Fruit, Spiritual Intelligence Mushroom, Heavenly Star Grass, Green Mysterious Willow, etc. Ding dong, it has been successfully stored in the host's storage basket. Please take a look at it. Ding dong, this time the host purchased 36 elixirs and spent a total of 8,654,681 exchange points. Because the system said it would give you a discount, so, At this moment, when he heard the word discount, Lin Ray's dead eyes immediately revealed an ominous glint. His heart was trembling with excitement. He really wanted to hear the word 8 in front of it. Ding dong. Based on cultivation, the host now only needs to pay 8,654,600 exchange points. Would you like to pay now? You, master. What did it mean to have the urge to kill you when I see you? What did it mean to have the urge to stuff you into a pit? At this moment, Lin Ray had both. As for the system, its attitude at this moment was, I like it when you look at me but can't kill me. Over 8 million and you only took away 81 exchange points. Aren't you too stingy? Lin Ray couldn't help it. He never thought that the system would do such a thing. That. The system also knew that Lin Rei was angry. At this moment, the system was also very embarrassed. It completely didn't know that the system would be so decisive and shameless. Looking at Lin Rei, the system stuttered and explained that, you can't blame me. I said I would give you a discount, but the system calculated it himself. You can't blame me. I'm also very innocent. F***ck. Ignoring the system, Lin Rei would not believe the system's words at this moment. With Lin Rei's shamelessness towards the system, he believed that the system could do it. It really wasn't me. No need to explain. I don't have time to listen to you. Saving people is more important. Everything will be settled after we get them. Without waiting for the system to finish its explanation, Lin Fan immediately interrupted it. I'll owe you first. When I have the money, I'll pay you in installments. At this time, Lin Rei responded to the system. Ding dong, okay, in that case, please choose to pay later. Ding dong, there is a limit to pay later. Before 5 million, the system does not need to show you to pay later. After 5 million, you will have to pay later. Moreover, there is a time limit. Before the time limit is up, if the host has not paid, then what? Looking at the system, Lin Rei guessed. Ding dong, nothing. But if you don't pay by the time limit, the system will use your lifespan as redemption points to repay you. F***ck, are you kidding me? Hearing this, Lin Rei could not stay calm. After all, shawning was not something that could be exchanged casually. Wasn't this King Loan Shark? Ding dong, the host can understand it this way. 1 lifespan redemption point is worth 1,000 redemption points, and 1 lifespan redemption point is worth 10 years of a person's lifespan. What the F***ck? He was completely helpless. 1 lifespan redemption point was worth 1,000 redemption points, and it was worth 10 years of a person's shawning. Even a god could not afford to be so reckless. Even if he was a god, his shawning was not limitless and had the same lifespan as the 5 heavens and earth. At this moment, Lin Rei knew that after solving this matter, he had to find a way to solve the payment limit immediately. By the way, how many years is the time limit? As if thinking of something, he asked. Ding dong, the payment limit is only 1,000 years. If the payment is not paid within 1,000 years, the system will automatically deduct your lifespan and repay it with 10,000 lifespan per day, and so on. It will increase by 10,000 lifespan per day until all the redemption points you owe the system are paid off. Lin Rei was stunned. At this moment, he did not speak anymore. He was sure that after this matter was solved, he had to solve it immediately. Otherwise, his life would be completely controlled by the system. Thinking about it, Linley felt a chill run down his spine. He didn't want his life to be in the hands of others, not even the system or Xiaolong, who was closest to him. Not even his family. After settling this matter, Lin Rei did not waste any more time. He had to solve this matter as soon as possible. Then, with a thought, he took out all the evil spiritual herbs that he had spent more than 8 million redemption points on. Don't be mistaken, Lin Rei was not going to refine the pills now. It was just that after taking them out, Lin Rei felt a little comforted. Let's begin. He glanced at the 36 top-grade spiritual herbs and took out some spiritual herbs that were used to refine supreme pills from his storage ring. He didn't care what he was going to concoct. Taking it out, Linley immediately began to concoct. Right now, Linley wasn't concocting according to his instructions at all. Right now, he was doing as he pleased. For example, if he wanted to fuse some herbs together, he would fuse them together. As long as it could give him points, Linley wouldn't let it go. Boom! The evolved version of the illusory spirit blood fire was instantly activated. He selected a few spiritual herbs from the side and threw them into the illusory spirit blood fire. At this moment, Lin Rei was fully immersed in the refining process. He was very serious and did not look perfunctory at all. If the alchemists of the god world, or even the saints' world, saw Lin Rei refining pills as he pleased, they would be greatly shocked. This was a level that some people would never be able to reach in their entire lives. But Lin Rei did it. He did what they could not do in their lifetime. In the blink of an eye, an hour had passed. Lin Rei was constantly making hand seals. Finally, a whiff of fragrance filled the air and rushed towards Fang Yuan. Done! Lin Rei shouted. 19 red pills the size of a dragon's eye were refined in an instant. Moreover, they flew in a perfect parabola and rushed into the pill-refining bottle that Lin Rei had prepared beforehand. Tisk, he smacked his lips and looked at the medicinal pills he had created. In his opinion, the combination of these medicinal pills should have the effect of quickly healing his injuries. Thinking of this, he took out a pill and threw it into his mouth without hesitation. With a crunching sound, the pill entered his mouth. Then, the pill turned into a warm current and rushed into his stomach. He closed his eyes and looked inside himself with his divine sense. He began to experience the medicinal properties of the pills that he had refined and what they were like. Huff, 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 at this moment, some of the cells in his body that had undergone metabolism were under the effect of this pill. They regained their vitality and were even more vigorous than before. This. Looking at the effect of this pill, Lin Rei was stunned. He had never heard of this kind of healing pill. Rather than calling it a pill for the face, it was more appropriate to call it a beauty pill. It could make the cells that had undergone metabolism radiant again. This made Lin Rei very excited. A new pill. What should I name this new pill? At this time, Lin Rei created it himself. Regarding this, Lin Rei began to worry about the name of the pill. Radiant? No, metabolism? That's not right either. Then what is it? His face was full of worry as he thought hard. Heaven Qilin. Yes, Heaven Qilin, it will be Heaven Qilin. After removing the name, Lin Rei engraved the pill that he had created, the spiritual herbs used, the ingredients, and some simple techniques on a jade slip. After doing all this, Lin Rei continued his journey of refining pills. At this moment, Lin Rei did not know what kind of contribution he had made to the world of pill refining. In the blink of an eye, 2 years passed. In 2 years, Lin Rei continued to refine pills and record the various pills that he had created, the names, the various exotic pills, and so on. There were tens of thousands of jade slips, all of which contained Lin Rei's 2 years of experience, the various methods that he had created for the pills. These things, regardless of the realm, were treasures that were collected by the major sects and holy lands. Spiritual pill, done. Boom, whoosh. A golden light instantly rushed out of the illusory spirit blood fire and finally fell into the pill bottle in front of Lin Rei. When the pill entered the bottle, the fragrance instantly assailed his nostrils. In the entire space, other than the fragrance of the pill, there was nothing else. Even the unconscious Jia Yang's eyebrows couldn't help but twitch when he asked about the fragrance. Sacred level pill, I have finally refined a sacred level pill. It really wasn't easy. Looking at the pill in front of him, Lin Rei's face was filled with ecstasy. This was the happiest thing that had happened to him in hundreds of years. Ding dong, congratulations to the host for breaking through to the sacred realm. Breakthrough reward, 2 million exchange points, 2 million reputation points, a low-grade sacred weapon, demon subduing sword, and a cauldron of universe. Damn, this, name, Lin Rei age, 3684 system level, 4 cultivation base, peak mid-hierarch experience, 653986672 Mythical Dragon, 10000000000 Mythical Dragon, Spiritual Roots, Thunder, Fire, Wood, Metal Chaos Spiritual Roots Innate Talent, Mid-Dao Fruit Saint Cultivation Techniques, Chaos Scripture 3rd Level, Incomplete, Devouring Heavenly Technique, Growable, Hongmeng Alchemy, Entry-Level Cultivation Technique, Cloud Art, Emperor-Level Cultivation Technique, Same Formation, Emperor-Level Cultivation Technique, Tyrant Body Technique, Emperor-Level Cultivation Technique, Thunder Tyrant Body, Ancestor-Level Secret Technique, Lightning Scripture, Divine-Level Cultivation Technique, Martial Skills, Butterfly Steps, Entry-Level, Stellar Finger, Proficient, Silent Thunder Spear Art, High Profound Level Martial Skill, now cultivated to Entry Level, able to produce 3 Lightning Bolts, Myriad Sword Art, Heaven Level, Level 3 Incineration, Emperor Level, Dragon Subduing Step. Emperor Level, Shura Spear Art, King Level, Shura Sword Formation, King Level, Divine Transformation, Emperor Level, Colored Glaze, Low-Grade Sacred Level, Thousand Illusions, Low-Grade Sacred Level, Spiritual Treasures, Chaos Dragon Spear, Supreme Grade Sacred Weapon, Martial Emperor Divine Spear, Low-Grade Sacred Weapon, Growable, 10,000 Magic Sword, Ungraded, 10,000 Beasts Treasure Furnace, Heavenly Temple, High-Grade Immortal Weapon, Worldly Huayu, Low-Grade Sacred Weapon, Demon. Subduing Sword, Low-Grade Sacred Weapon, Equipment, Flowing Light God Equipment Set Mount, Early Hierarch Lucky Draw Wheel, 0 Character Lottery, 0 Reputation Value, 2,000,000 Redemption Points, 65 million Spirit Stones, 0 Saint Lower Grade Alchemist, 18 Mythical Dragons, 10,000 Mythical Dragons, Venerable Level Array Master, 5,900 Zhulong, 6,000 Zhulong, Venerable Craftsman, 5,800 Candle Dragons, 6,000 Candle Dragons, Venerable Level Talisman Master, 5,680 Candle Dragons, 6,000 Candle Dragons, Top Grade. Elixirs, Natural Treasures, 50 kilograms of Purple Gold Nephrite, 50 kilograms of Purple Gold Sand, 50 kilograms of Purple Gold Godly Iron. Mission, Main Mission, Enter the Holy World within 1,000 years. Side Mission, Refine the Tower of Babel. No time limit. He became the Sect Master of the Talisman Sect in 100 years. Pills, 11 Mind Control Pills, 6,234 Mind Control Pills, Stunned, Lin Rei, who was happy that he had broken through the realm of alchemy, suddenly saw a blur in front of his eyes and all his information appeared. Looking at his own information, a wry smile appeared on his face. After all, Lin Rei was very clear about his own information. What he wanted to do the most right now was enter the Saint's world as soon as possible. The appearance of the message represented a point in time, telling him how much time he had left. The 1,000 years were about to expire. Chapter 803. Sigh. Really, he was originally in a good mood, but now he was in a bad mood. How could he still be happy? Time was so tight. Smiling bitterly, Lin Rei stopped talking. He waved his hand and erased all the notifications in front of him. At this moment, his face was no longer as relaxed as before. His brows were tightly knitted and his face was slightly anxious. It was as if everything had returned to the time when he was being hunted down. There was always not enough time. Heh, you brat, you're still pretending to be innocent after getting the benefits. Enough, you should know that to be able to break through to the realm of Saint-level lower alchemist, you've already surpassed many genius ancestors. And I'm not afraid to tell you that if it weren't for your experience as an alchemist, you would have already broken through to the next realm. Otherwise, you wouldn't have only used 2 years to break through. The system said, Anne. Are you sure you don't want to hurry up and start refining pills? 2 years' time is almost up. If you can't refine the pill for Jia Yang in the last few days, I'm afraid that his foundation will be destroyed and you will lose a person who can help you. At this point, Lin Rei was stunned. His face was filled with embarrassment and guilt. Then, he straightened his face and said, "Well, I think you're right. But in the next few days, I still want to familiarize myself with it. After all, it takes time and experience to refine the pill. I can't do it in one go, don't you think so?" Sigh. You. Hearing this, the system laughed. "Okay, hurry up. I'll think of a way to delay it for 2 days. But I know, you just want to exchange points and reputation points, right? Take it. Don't I have more than 4 million now? Use this money to make up for the previous gap." Without waiting for the system to finish its words, Lin Rei directly said. Lin Rei was quite clear about the system's routine. Okay. The system was stunned for a moment before it agreed. "Well, then I'm relieved." Hearing the system's reply, Lin Rei smiled and didn't say anything else. Then, he continued his process of refining pills. However, this time, he didn't spend as much time refining pills as he did before. This time, he was refining pills purely to refine the pill that could save Jia Yang, so he had no choice. Who, phew, huff huff. In the deepest part of the realm within a realm within a realm, a strange voice suddenly rang out. It came so strangely, without the slightest bit of preparation, let alone the slightest bit of anticipation. This sound also sounded very strange. It was the sound of breathing, but it sounded too loud. If they were talking about cheering, it didn't sound like it at all. The sound was very loud, so loud that the surrounding mountains, rivers, trees, rocks, and beasts formed by the laws of heaven and earth began to tremble violently, even showing signs of being erased. The god from Hongmeng had been sleeping here for so long. It was time for him to wake up. Your successor is about to arrive. He can help you accomplish what you couldn't before. He can help you get through the final phase of your life. Your successor will allow Hongmeng to see the light of day once more, and you will allow this realm to become an eternal firmament. Wake up. Your successor needs you. He needs your everything. He needs your sacrifice. He needs your everything. At this moment, a loud voice that could intimidate all living beings sounded. When this voice sounded, the mountains and rivers that were erased by the sound of breathing, as well as the surrounding scenery, were restored. In fact, they seemed to have become more real. A voice that sounded like a response sounded. This voice didn't sound like the loud voice. This voice was very hoarse, and it gave off a feeling of vicissitudes. It was as if the person who spoke had traveled through countless years, seen through everything, and guessed everything. Rumble, rumble, rumble. Suddenly, the environment that had returned to normal was completely destroyed after this In the blink of an eye, a man that was 10,000 feet tall appeared. His appearance was no different from that of a normal human. He wore a long robe that resembled the earth. Looking at it made one sigh in admiration. The man's eyes were closed, but due to the size of his body, one of his eyes was the size of a small mountain. As the ancient said, "Qi can swallow mountains and rivers." If this man wanted to talk, not only could he swallow mountains and rivers, he could even take off the entire world. Around the man's body, there was a kind of natural law. This law was very soft, like ripples of water, and it rippled outwards in circles. Phew, he moved. At this moment, the 10,000 zhang tall man woke up. His eyes opened abruptly. However, what made people feel strange was that the man's eyes were blue. They were so blue that they seemed to be ordinary. They were clear and captivating, but they also had a gaze that made people feel reverence. Because the man's eyes were so deep and boundless, like the endless starry sky. One look at them and one would be unable to extricate themselves. Successor? Lying on the ground, he looked up at the sky, and his eyes emitted a blue light that shot up into the sky. Yes, your successor. He is not under my control. He's a very interesting little fellow, and... At this moment, the mysterious man spoke. The little fellow they were talking about was none other than Lin Ray, who was currently concocting pills. Oh? He's not under your control? When he heard the mysterious man's words, his originally tranquil gaze started to waver slightly. That's right. Originally, I didn't notice him. But, not long ago, he actually entered this place and learned the sword art you left behind. Of course. That's not what really surprised me. What surprised me was the tone of the sword art in the hands of that little fellow, and his cultivation technique. Tell me about it. I really want to know who exactly is the person who can make the great Tao unable to take me in. Even you can't control him. If he's really as good as you said, you don't need to say anything. After all, apart from the life and death situation back then, I really can't think of anyone who can escape from your control. Hearing this, the great Tao felt helpless. The man made it sound like he was some heinous and ruthless person. By the way, what did you say about his weapon and cultivation technique? You don't know? At this moment, the man's face showed a hint of interest. Sigh. That's right. Hearing the man's question, the great Tao nodded. That weapon is very strange. Its realm is very high. Even your weapon back then can't compare to it. What? The man was shocked. If that was really the case, then the little fellow that the great Tao was talking about was really amazing. He knew that his weapon back then was condensed from Hongmeng's purple aura. Its realm was also the pinnacle of this world. That's right. Moreover, the 9 heavens' eternal azure dragons are imprisoned in it. They seem to have reached the pinnacle and are very powerful. The great Tao said slowly. At this moment, the man was no longer as calm as before. Because if that was the case, then it was really too heaven-defying. Not to mention escaping the control of the great Tao, he believed that he could even kill the mighty people of Hongmeng. Then what about the cultivation technique? His cultivation method is even more powerful. I've checked and found that he's condensing a primordial chaos golden core. You should know what a primordial chaos golden core means, right? Those 2 guys are watching. How could they let that thing escape? Hiss. Hearing this, the man sucked in a breath of cold air. His face was full of shock. They all knew that even in Hongmeng, it was just a process of the evolution of an era. As for the origin, it existed in the vast universe. Not to mention the golden core condensed from the qi of mixed yuan. The golden core stage was a process that a cultivator had just started. With such a weak body, he could condense the qi of mixed yuan into his body and condense the golden core. This in itself was an incredible thing. How is it? Are you tempted by such a person? Moreover, because of that guy, the entire Hongmeng froze and you died. If you didn't have a heaven-defying method to escape, I'm afraid that you wouldn't even have a trace of your soul left. At this moment, seeing the shock and anticipation in the man's eyes, the great Tao laughed. Sigh. Hearing this, the man nodded. Damn you. I, Gu Jun, have died in your hands. However, I have to say that the news you brought this time is indeed good. Moreover, as he spoke, Gu Jun's face revealed a trace of disappointment and sadness. Moreover, I don't have much time left. If you didn't suddenly wake me up, I'm afraid that I could still struggle at death's door for a while. However, because I woke up, I've already lost the last trace of life in my body. Now, I'm only hanging on because of my last breath. When this breath is gone, I'm afraid that I'll he didn't continue because he knew that even if he didn't say anything, the great Tao would know what he was going to say next. Sigh, a long sigh was heard. This sigh was filled with all kinds of emotions. There was pity, regret, disappointment, helplessness, sadness, but most of it was reluctance. Heh, it's fine. Isn't it just death? Back then, I should have gone. However, I didn't fulfill my wish and I didn't want to see Hongmeng being destroyed by that guy. That's why I stayed until now. Phew. Now, everything is fine. With that kid you mentioned, I can finally be free. Now, I can also pass away and meet those friends who have already passed away and stayed in the river of time. At this moment, Gu Jun's words were filled with carefreeness as if he could let go of everything. At this moment, he seemed so relaxed. Looking at how carefree Gu Jun was, the great Tao didn't try to persuade him. Alright, do whatever you want. Anyway, all of you are going to leave me. Hearing until here, Gu Jun was taken aback and let out a bitter laugh. You still have the cheek to say that. Back then, you chose the path of the great Tao. No one forced you. Saying that, Gu Jun's face was filled with anger. Moreover, back then, you were the one who cried and begged to be the great Tao. I remember that you said that when the great Tao is the great Tao, you can think of everything about me and can even be the great Tao. What's going on now? After a while, the great Tao couldn't say anything and finally gave up responding. Alright, hurry up and go back. As for that kid, you don't have to worry. Since he's here, it means that he wants to stay until the end. So, saying that, Gu Jun revealed a sinister smile and seemed to be harboring malicious intentions. That person, I will definitely take him. Okay, if that's the case. I'm going. Hearing Gu Jun's words, the great Tao responded and left the realm within the realm. Heh. Interesting. After life and death, there's actually such a little guy. TSK. I really want to see how you can reach the best realm. What a pity, the voice continued to fade until it finally disappeared completely. At the same time, the illusion that he had returned to was completely restored and even more vivid than before. At this moment, Lin Rei, who was in the middle of the realm, naturally didn't know what had happened in the deepest part of the realm. The current him didn't know anything. Huff. Opening his eyes, Lin Rei nervously stared at the flame in front of him. Damn, these 9 spirits are too difficult to refine. Just a single spirit medicine took me so long to refine. At this moment, he had already started refining the 9 spirits to save Jia Yang. However, what Lin Rei didn't expect was that this thing was actually so difficult to refine. Even with the illusory spirit blood fire, it was still extremely strenuous. You brat, there's no such thing as a free lunch in this world. Oh, you can't just let others chew on it and spit it out in your mouth, right? At this moment, the system spoke. F***ck me. Facing the system, Lin Rei was as speechless as always. He was as helpless as always. Smelt. Even Lin Rei didn't reply. The system directly acted. Suddenly, a terrifying energy instantly rushed into the flame. The spirit medicine that originally didn't show any signs of melting, under the sudden addition of a huge amount of energy, actually began to show signs of melting. Moreover, as time passed, the signs became more and more obvious. Regarding this, Lin Rei's originally depressed heart finally revealed a trace of joy. Hurry up, I won't always help you. This is also because I see that Jia Yang is about to die. I'm afraid that you'll have to trouble me in the future. The stubborn system explained. Okay. As long as you can help, whatever you say is right. Okay. At this moment, Lin Rei smiled. His smile was very happy and appeared to be very carefree. Time passed little by little. In the blink of an eye, a day had passed. And the spirit medicine in the illusory spirit blood fire, at this moment, has finally completely melted and turned into pure quenching liquid. Chapter 804. F***ck, the 9 spirits profound yang fruit is finally refined. I'm so tired. Looking at the quenching liquid in the bottle, Lin Rei relaxed. The most important main ingredient, the 9 spirits profound yang fruit, was now ready. Come, next is the 6 paths of spiritual intelligence mushroom. I hope he can quench it properly. I hope it won't be like before where it took a few days to finish. Looking at the spiritual intelligence mushroom in front of him, Lin Rei sighed. System, looking at Lin Rei, the system rolled its eyes and said snappily, I say, can you do it or not, huh? I don't have that much time to waste with you. Also, you should know that Jia Yang doesn't have much time left. With you talking to yourself here, maybe he has already finished quenching the spiritual intelligence mushroom. Listening to the system's lecture, Lin Rei was stunned. He wanted to refute, but in the end, he didn't say anything. After all, he was the one who asked the system to help him control Jia Yang's body. Now, thinking, Lin Rei had an apologetic look on his face. I know, I'll start right away. After saying that, the illusory spirit blood fire was instantly activated. When the temperature reached a certain level, he reached out and threw the spiritual intelligence mushroom into the illusory spirit blood fire. At this moment, Lin Rei was very cautious. He was so cautious that cold sweat appeared on his forehead. Not for anything else, but because if this batch of spiritual medicine was ruined, then, he would have to fork out money to buy another batch. Lin Rei wouldn't do this kind of losing business. Thus, he would rather be more careful. This way, he wouldn't have to waste his money and he could also save Jia Yang. This was the best of both worlds. Why not? Little by little, he investigated the changes of the spiritual intelligence mushroom in the illusory spirit blood fire. The fire couldn't be too big or too small, it could only be moderate. After the investigation just now, Lin Rei basically understood the habits of the spiritual intelligence mushroom. The spiritual intelligence mushroom was of the yin attribute. For quenching, it could only be done with a moderate flame. Otherwise, if the flame was too big, it would cancel out the medicinal effect of the spiritual intelligence mushroom. If the flame was too small, it would also affect the medicinal effect of the spiritual intelligence mushroom. Thus, when the flame was neither too big nor too small, it could be released and quenched. In this way, the spirit intelligence mushroom that was refined was the most suitable quenching liquid for refining 9 spirits. Not bad. As expected of a low-level saint-level alchemist. In such a short time, he was able to observe the characteristics of the spirit intelligence mushroom and the way I used fire. TSK. Not bad. Within the system, seeing Lin Rei in such a state, the system praised him. It had thought that Lin Rei would be able to turn the spirit intelligence mushroom into scrap on his first try, but looking at his current state, it seemed impossible. As for the pills that it had prepared in advance, it didn't need them anymore. Seeing how relaxed Lin Rei was, the system smiled and kept the pills that it had prepared in advance. As for the system's actions, Lin Rei had no idea. In the system's heart, Lin Rei had already done the best he could. He had done something that was impossible for others, something that they would never be able to do in their entire lives. However, on the surface, the system wouldn't praise Lin Rei like this. Because on Lin Rei's shoulders, there were more important things waiting for him. Waiting for him to move forward, he couldn't stop. Therefore, in order to promote Lin Rei, the system could only be so cold on the surface, constantly mocking or spurring him on. Almost, almost refined out. In the outside world, Lin Rei smiled as he checked the situation of the spirit intelligence mushroom in the flame. At this moment, he was very excited. This spirit intelligence mushroom was much easier to refine than the previous one, at least for now. As for the other ones, Lin Rei couldn't say, and he didn't dare to guarantee, because those were the spiritual herbs that he had never used before. The refinement of the spirit intelligence mushroom was completed. In the end, it was refined in perfect condition. Finally, it was stored in a pill bottle that had been prepared beforehand. After that, Lin Rei didn't rest. In order to let Lin Rei wake up faster, he also did it for the system. Just like what the system had said before, the fact that Jia Yang could still finish his work was all thanks to the system. If it wasn't for the system, Jia Yang's foundation would have been destroyed and his future cultivation path would have been halted. Without wasting any time, as time passed, as the spiritual herbs were refined one after another, a day passed in the blink of an eye. During this day, Lin Rei didn't rest. Even if the spiritual energy in his body was exhausted, he would use all the pills to recover. He couldn't stop. Finally, after a day of unremitting efforts, more than 30 spiritual herbs were refined and turned into quenching liquid. It emitted a gentle light and was stored in a pill bottle. Phew, after letting out a long breath, Lin Rei went to rest. His face relaxed slightly. After a long period of mental tension, Lin Rei was physically and mentally exhausted. Looking at the 30 bottles in front of him, although he was physically and mentally exhausted, he still smiled. This was because as long as everything went smoothly, Jia Yang would wake up soon. This was what he wanted to see the most and also what he hoped for the most. Moreover, if he was physically and mentally exhausted after a long period of mental tension and the spiritual energy in his body was exhausted, he wouldn't stop. He would continue refining. Closing his eyes, he circulated the primal chaos heavenly scripture. Suddenly, a terrifying amount of spiritual energy rushed into Lin Rei's body. Lin Rei entered a state of recovery. In this state, a hint of relaxation appeared on Lin Li's face. At the same time, the nervousness he had felt during his training had been alleviated. Phew. 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 Slowly, Lin Rei adjusted his breathing rhythm and a smile appeared on his face. Time quietly passed and a smile appeared on his face. Half a day passed. At this moment, Lin Rei, who originally closed his eyes and circulated his cultivation technique to recover, retracted his cultivation technique and the spiritual energy in his body returned to its peak. At this moment, the exhaustion from before was swept away and a relaxed smile appeared on his face. Sigh. Looking at the bottle in front of him that was emitting a gentle light, Lin Rei's heart tightened. The originally relaxed feeling disappeared and in a flash, only tension remained. Not for anything else but, because his strength had begun to refine the 9 spirits. Although he had done a lot of foreshadowing in order to refine the 9 spirits, the current Lin Rei couldn't help but feel a little nervous. He was afraid that some unstable and unpredictable factors would appear. Boom, although he was nervous, Lin Rei still began. The illusory spirit blood fire instantly rushed out of his palm. Then, the quenching liquid refined by the 9 spirits profound yang fruit was instantly thrown into the flame by Lin Rei. Puff puff. Suddenly, a strange sound was heard. In response to this, Lin Rei's face revealed a trace of horror, and then he quickly lowered the temperature of the flame. As the temperature of the flame decreased, the previous puffing sound gradually disappeared and returned to normal. Oh my God, you scared me to death. Because of the situation just now, Lin Rei's heart trembled and he was extremely nervous. One had to know that he had spent a long time refining the quenching liquid just now, and in the end, he had to catch the power of the system to slowly refine it. If the customer were to interrupt him at this point, Lin Rei himself would probably not be able to forgive himself. After stabilizing the quenching liquid, Lin Rei's face revealed a trace of joy, but his heart was even more cautious than before. As the quenching liquid changed, Lin Rei began to add the quenching liquid bit by bit. He was very careful when he started. 1, 5, 15. As the time was ripe, the quenching liquid of the spirit medicine entered the illusory spirit blood fire one by one. Until half an hour later, all the quenching liquid had entered the flame. At this moment, Lin Rei could finally relax a little. Ouch! His heart trembled for a moment, and then he began to refine. The refining process was not considered locked, but some of the pill formulas were very troublesome. Moreover, these pill formulas were created by Lin Rei himself. If Lin Rei did not teach him step by step, perhaps, even if he watched the formula being refined, he would not be able to refine it. Ha! Talent refining. With a loud shout, Linley's hand seals, which had originally been extremely slow, began to change bit by bit. The speed of the hand seals also began to change after his shout. As time passed, the hand seals became faster and faster, and each of the hand seals was very mysterious, but very powerful. If there was a cultivator who was refining pills here, and Lin Rei's hand seals were like this, he would definitely prostrate himself on the ground and beg to be his disciple. In an instant, his divine sense entered the flame to investigate, and the hand seals became faster and faster, until Lin Rei's hand could no longer be seen. At this moment, all the quenching liquid in the flame began to merge. Ha ha ha, just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Looking at all the quenching liquid merging, Lin Rei became even more nervous and careful. At this moment, he was even more excited than anyone else, because if he succeeded, then his alchemy skills would increase again, and Jia Yang would be able to wake up quickly. In the blink of an eye, a few hours passed. In the process of extreme nervousness, Yi Shiwen used his divine sense to investigate the shape of the pill in the flame, and finally, a fragrance came from the flame. How is the pill fragrance? Lin Rei felt his body become lighter, and he felt a little light. Lin Rei was very optimistic about this kind of pill. Especially those spiritual herbs that were added to it, they were all things that he had never seen before, and, most importantly, it cost him more than 8 million exchange points. This was the most important thing. 4 hours later, as the medicinal fragrance became more and more concentrated, a wang sound was heard, and Lin Rei's face revealed a trace of a relaxed smile. Withdraw. With a shout, the illusory spirit blood flame was withdrawn, and a longan-sized golden pill floated in the air. Whoosh! However, at this moment, when Lin Rei saw the success of the pill and felt happy, a strange scene appeared, and the 9 spirits all rushed towards the exit of the realm within a realm. F***CK. When this scene appeared, Lin Rei couldn't help but curse. His exhausted body flashed, and he released all his cultivation and speed, instantly arriving in front of the pill. Stop right there. Looking at the pill in front of him, the hand that was carrying a huge amount of spiritual energy directly grabbed the 9 spirits. Feeling that the 9 spirits had gained intelligence, Lin Rei was stunned for a moment, but he reached out his hand and wiped it away. He didn't dare to be so stupid as to give the current Jia Yang a pill with intelligence to eat. If he really ate it, then the one who woke up would not be Jia Yang, but the intelligence produced by the pill. After doing all this, Lin Rei checked thoroughly once more. After confirming that there were no mistakes, he dared to appear in front of Jia Yang and stuffed the 9 spirits into his mouth. The pill melted in his mouth. But Lin Rei did not let his guard down. Immediately, his body began to revolve, and with a huge amount of spiritual energy in his hands, he placed them on Jia Yang's back and began to refine the pill. Even though Jia Yang's body was slowly recovering, but he still couldn't withstand the overbearing effects of the 9 spirits. So, this was the only thing he could do. And this way, he could ensure that nothing went wrong, and prevent any problems from arising in the future. At this moment, after the pill entered Jia Yang's body, it quickly melted and rushed towards his limbs and bones. His meridians, bones, and some invisible injuries, with the help of the 9 spirits, began to be refined at a speed visible to the naked eye. TSK, these injuries. Seems like I'll have to let him cultivate his body properly after he wakes up. This won't do. Feeling the injuries in Jia Yang's body, Lin Rei mumbled in his heart. Huff, however, right at this moment, Jia Yang, whose eyes were originally tightly shut and whose face was pale, quickly recovered under the effects of the 9 spirits. At this moment, he appeared to be much rosier. Under the refinement of the 9 spirits, the bones in his body were also being reconstructed. As for his damaged meridians, they were all recovering quickly. Precisely because of that, at that moment, Jia Yang's eyelids that were originally tightly shut started to wiggle. Heis! Opening his eyes and looking at the scene in front of him, Jia Yang was stunned as he raised his head in confusion. Kid, what are you sighing for? If not for me, you would have been dead long ago, do you know that? Hearing Jia Yang's sigh, Lin Rei rolled his eyes and muttered. Ugh! The moment this voice appeared, Jia Yang's body tilted to one side, and he turned his aching neck with difficulty. Looking at Lin Rei, he revealed a look of confusion. He remembered that he was outside and was even struck by the red dragon beast. If not for the old dragon's timely rescue, he might have really died. But, why did Lin Rei, stuttering, Lin Rei wanted to say something. But after a while, Lin Rei panicked, don't you. I know what you want to say. Looking at Jia Yang's expectant gaze, Lin Rei's face revealed a look of helplessness. It was the old dragon who brought you back. At that time, your condition was really bad, so, saying that, he retracted his hands from Jia Yang, and his face relaxed. Kid, if not for the fact that yours truly knows how to concoct pills, I'm afraid you would have lost your life and your foundation. But it's okay. As long as you refine all the pills in your body, I believe you will recover soon. Saying that, without waiting for Jia Yang to speak, the Chaos Dragon Spear appeared. Lin Rei's hand shook, and 3 golden dragons flew out of the spear and into the sky above Lin Rei's head. Huh! Seeing the appearance of the 3 golden dragons, Jia Yang's face revealed a trace of confusion. However, after hearing Lin Rei's next words, he understood. Looking at the dragons above his head, Lin Rei spoke, you guys stay here and watch him. Don't let anyone come near here. Anyone who enters, kill. Chapter 805. Awu. They must absolutely obey Lin Rei's orders. No matter how powerful they were when they were alive, they were now the souls in the dragon spear. They were Lin Rei's subordinates. At this moment, Jia Yang was stunned when he heard that they were leaving. He quickly said, Lin Rei, where are you going? How about I go with you? Looking at Jia Yang, Lin Rei's heart skipped a beat. Thinking about the unknown path and unknown dangers, Lin Rei became firm. No. You stay here and recover properly. When we return, you will follow me to the outer layer of the divine world. After I finish my business, I will help you concoct a medicinal pill. This medicinal pill can help you break through your current physical body's level. If there are no accidents, it can help you break through your current cultivation level and enter the early hierarch realm. Lin Rei slowly said with a confident smile on his face. Really? Hearing this, Jia Yang was stunned. Immediately after, he entered a state of excitement. One must know that the problem of his physical body had troubled him for a long time. Although he had already obtained the inheritance of the Pai Xiu, it still required time. Moreover, even if he broke through the limits of his physical body, it would not hinder him from cultivating the Pai Xiu's cultivation technique. Looking at Jia Yang's excited face, Lin Rei chuckled, really? But the prerequisite is that you must have a very good body. Look at yourself now, do you think you have it? He wanted to refute. He knew that Lin Rei did this because he did not want him to take risks. But, just as he was about to open his mouth, the word, "I," came out and he could not say anything else. He did not know what to say. All right, it's decided then. You stay here and heal your injuries. You'll be back soon. When the time comes, I'll definitely bring you to my sect to take a look. Tell them to bear with the elders of the sect. You should also recognize the sect. Don't you think so? Looking at Jia Yang, Lin Rei's eyes flickered with anticipation. It was as if he had already returned to the sect. All right, it's a deal. He nodded. Just like Lin Rei, an expectant look appeared on his face. He also wanted to see what kind of sect could produce such a powerful existence. After hearing Jia Yang's reply, Lin Rei revealed a relieved expression. Immediately after, he flew towards the depths of the mountain range. At this moment, Jia Yang didn't chase after him. Instead, he closed his eyes and entered into a state of cultivation. He wanted to quickly heal the injuries on his body. Only by doing so would he be able to break through the limits of his current physical body. As for Lin Rei, what he didn't expect was that under his supervision, Jia Yang became even more hardworking. Practically day and night, Jia Yang forgot himself and was constantly thinking about how to heal his injuries and how to become stronger so that he could fight side by side with Lin Rei and not become a burden to Lin Rei like he was now. Not only could they not fight side by side, but they also needed each other to protect them. He did not like this situation very much, so he had to work harder than others. Only by doing so would he be able to do what he wanted to do and not be restricted by his physical body's cultivation. Just like this, Jia Yang entered into the state of recovery while Lin Rei continued to move forward. What he didn't know was that in the depths of the mountain range, Gu Jun was already waiting for him. Ever since the conversation with the Dao, Gu Jun had not slept. Instead, he had been waiting here, waiting for Lin Rei's arrival, then, he would impart all of his abilities to Yi Shiwen. At this point, Yi Shiwen could completely break free from this time and once again enter the river of time to reunite with his friends. At this moment, Lin Rei who was flying was filled with excitement. At the same time, he was also on guard. He was on guard against the existence of other illusory beasts. He didn't want to be careless and lose his life here. Along the way, Lin Rei used all of his cultivation in order to leave this place as soon as possible. After wasting time in the mountain range, he didn't have much time left. At this moment, he wanted to obtain the secret of this place as soon as possible so that he could leave this place. He moved forward to the outer layer of Cheong City. He wanted to rescue that old woman so that he wouldn't be poisoned to death. On both sides of the road, there were various water sceneries formed by the laws of heaven and earth. They were extremely beautiful and moving. Looking at the laws of heaven and earth that were formed, Lin Rei's heart was filled with excitement. Especially when he flew deeper into the mountain range, Lin Rei could see Zhou Weidong's fantasy of caring for the mentally retarded. However, these fantasies were becoming more and more real. Until now, the fantasy secret realm had completely solidified. If one didn't investigate it, they wouldn't know that the scenes that everyone was excited about were all formed by the light of the laws. Be careful later. At this moment, the system suddenly warned Lin Rei as he was moving forward. Although the road ahead was filled with the unknown, the system had to remind Lin Rei because at this moment, even he could detect what was ahead. It was possible that the path ahead was obscured by the heavenly secrets, or that the thing ahead had a powerful cultivation and the system couldn't detect much. Regardless of which it was, the system was very worried because it wasn't sure what the owner of this place wanted. It was very worried about Lin Rei. It was different. Lin Rei had appeared here, so it had to protect Lin Rei and protect Lin Rei from harm. Hearing the system's warning and worry, Lin Rei felt a warmth in his heart and smiled. Don't worry. Don't you know me? If there's any danger, I'll leave without you saying anything. As he spoke, he smiled as if he was saying, "You're awesome, I'm awesome." The system was speechless and didn't say anything. However, it released its divine sense and searched for all possible dangers within 100 kilometers. Even though Lin Rei didn't seem afraid, the system was unmoved. It moved faster and faster, and it wasn't too far away from where Gu Jun was. Miraculously, the system's divine sense didn't find anything strange. At this moment, in the depths of the realm within the realm, Gu Jun opened his eyes and sensed Lin Rei's aura getting closer and closer. A smile appeared on his face. Finally. He could sense Lin Rei's aura. Although he wasn't sure if it was the person the system was talking about, but, I hope you can withstand my test. Looking into the distance, a devilish smile appeared in his eyes, as if something very interesting was about to happen. As he thought about this, he closed his eyes and used inspect to find Lin Rei's whereabouts. Who is it? At this moment, the system, which had released its divine sense, looked around and felt that nothing would happen. Suddenly, an extremely powerful divine sense appeared. This divine sense was so powerful that the system couldn't help but feel shocked. Of course, while the system was able to detect the enormous consciousness, the system's consciousness, which was also the enormous consciousness, could not necessarily sense the system's consciousness. Lin Rei, feeling the powerful divine sense, the system was about to tell the truth. However, just as it was about to speak, it suddenly thought of something and closed its mouth. What's the matter? The system suddenly spoke and then closed its mouth. Lin Rei was confused. Lin Rei, who understood the system quite well, had never seen it like this before. No, nothing, I just wanted to remind you to be careful. Looking at Lin Rei, the system slowly said. All right. In response to the system's worries, Lin Fan slowly nodded. Just now, he had wanted to blurt out what he had sensed, but he had sensed that there wasn't the slightest hint of danger from that divine sense. Thus, the system was certain that there shouldn't be anything up ahead that could threaten Linley's life. The system didn't say anything, so it closed its mouth again. Lin Rei also listened to the system's deal and walked forward very carefully. After all, this room was unpredictable, and no one could guarantee what would happen in the next moment. However, at this moment, a voice that seemed to come from the 9 heavens suddenly appeared. Spirit illusion technique, condense, illusion, appear. Who is it? The voice sounded very suddenly, as if it came from all directions. Lin Rei couldn't detect it, let alone find its direction. Rumble, rumble, a rumbling sound could be heard, and the originally empty space in front of him suddenly started to change. The area in front of him, which was originally filled with flowers and trees, suddenly changed and became very strange. A beast roared, and under Lin Rei's gaze, it suddenly appeared. Following Lin Rei's gaze, a demon beast that didn't look like anything else slowly took shape. The pressure from it was very strong, and it gave Lin Rei a feeling that could only be described with one word: it really looks like it. This was because when the demon beast roared, a fishy smell came out from the illusory beast's mouth. To Lin Rei, this feeling was very real. If he hadn't seen the illusory beast before, Lin Rei would really think that the demon beast in front of him was real. Boom, the giant beast took shape, and a huge pressure that Lin Rei couldn't withstand appeared in an instant. It directly crushed Lin Rei's body without any resistance. Boom, plop. In the next moment, his eyes were filled with disbelief and shock. With a moment of carelessness, he was directly suppressed to the ground. At this moment, he was in a very sorry state. At this moment, Lin Rei didn't seem to be affected at all, and his mouth directly made intimate contact with the ground. Look, what level is this demon beast? Why is it so strong? At this moment, Lin Rei, other than being shocked, he also had other thoughts. He rejoiced that he didn't soften his heart and bring Jiayang in. Even he felt a bit uncomfortable when facing such a powerful Jiayang. If it was Jiayang's broken body, he would probably be coughing up blood from the pressure. Woo! The roar of the demon beast continued, and along with the appearance of the demon beast's roar, the pressure also rapidly increased. At first, there was only one mountain pressing down on him, but as the pressure became stronger and stronger, slowly, one mountain became 2, and then 3. The pressure continued until finally, when Lin Rei felt that there were 8 or 9 mountains on his back, his face turned pale and he coughed violently. At this moment, Lin Rei had reached the limit of his body. If the pressure continued, he would probably die here. Not bad. Your body actually has the strength of a peak Dao fruit saint. Not bad. At this moment, the mysterious voice from before appeared again. However, this time, the mysterious man was full of praise for Linley. Who are you? Lin Rei couldn't help but roll his eyes at the mysterious voice. He was extremely shocked. He was not the only one in this realm. Moreover, this person's cultivation level was so high. Even the demonic beast he had conjured was at the great perfection of the Dao Fruit Saint realm. Thinking about it, how many cultivations did this mysterious person have? At this moment, Lin Rei couldn't help but reveal a shocked expression as he swallowed his saliva. His face was full of shock. Hee, little guy, you're not bad. Previously, I heard from the great Dao that you're not under his control. Did you know that there were only 2 bastards who were not under his control? Now, you've appeared. You're the 3rd. You're not bad. At this moment, the mysterious voice appeared again. Lin Rei was stunned. His face turned pale and he revealed a vigilant expression. At this moment, his body also began to struggle. Only he, the system, and his little dragon knew that he was not under the great Dao's control. He couldn't find the mysterious person who had exposed his identity. Moreover, the great Dao. Did he just say the great Dao? Don't show a vigilant expression. If I wanted to kill you, do you think you would be alive now? Seeing Lin Rei's vigilant expression, the mysterious person said angrily. Although Lin Rei wanted to refute, he didn't want others to. Ever since he stepped into cultivation, the little dragon had told him not to trust anyone. He just had to believe in himself. Therefore, the mysterious person's words were not enough to make Lin Rei let down his guard. Fine, do whatever you want. Seeing Lin Rei so vigilant and not at all letting down his guard, the mysterious person didn't try to dissuade him. I also want you to be my successor and inherit my mantle. I wonder if I don't want to. Lin Rei refused decisively. Before the mysterious person could finish speaking, he directly refused. Mantle? What a joke. How could I, who has the system, inherit your mantle? And if I did inherit your mantle, the first thing Lin Rei thought of was the great Dao. He was not controlled by the great Dao. My life is in my hands, not the heavens. Only by believing in myself can I have the capital to fight people, to fight the earth, and to fight the heavens. Hiss. However, at this moment, Lin Rei, who seemed to have thought of something, couldn't help but gasp. His eyes widened, and his face was full of disbelief. You can't be the master of this realm within a realm, the Almighty from Hongmeng, right? Lin Rei asked tentatively. Just now, he realized that because of the mysterious voice and the terrifying suppression, Lin Rei didn't pay attention to the details at all. Now that everything was in order, this thought appeared in his mind. I am Gu Jun. As he spoke, Lin Rei slightly raised his head and continued with an amused expression, furthermore, I feel that there is no need to worry about this matter. Your things might not be as good as mine. So what if you're the first god of Hongmeng? Clang! Lin Rei said. Then, he swung his arm and stabbed the Chaos Dragon spear in his hand into the ground before him. Activating his cultivation, he channeled his spiritual energy into the Chaos Dragon spear. Suddenly, 5 azure dragons charged out of the spear's shackles and appeared around Linley, guarding him tightly in the center. Oh, so these are the things that you said can surpass me? Looking at the azure dragons that appeared out of nowhere, Gu Jun was taken aback. His heart was filled with astonishment. He could tell that the 5 azure dragons were definitely much stronger than him when they were alive. But in that case, there was a problem. In the Hongmeng realm, he had never heard of such powerful beings. Moreover, there were 9 of them. This left him in disbelief. He believed that even in the Hongmeng realm, no one would recognize the 9 azure dragons because they had never seen or heard of them before. That's right, don't panic. I feel that my things can't compare to Lin Rei, except his inheritance and his mantle. Suddenly, a voice rang out. Linley was stunned, and halfway through his sentence, he didn't say anything else. What? Except? At this moment, hearing the system's voice, Lin Rei was stunned. He found it hard to believe that the system would say such a thing. Didn't it know that if he accepted it, he would unintentionally be controlled by the Great Tao? In that case, thinking about it, Lin Rei didn't dare to continue thinking because he didn't know what kind of terrifying things he would think of if he continued thinking about it. And the system knew that Lin Rei was so agitated and confused. Kid, don't be anxious. How can I not be anxious? You bastard, what are you thinking? Hearing the system's words, Lin Rei became more infuriated the more he thought about it. Sigh. The system sighed at Lin Rei's reaction. I told you to accept the inheritance, but I didn't tell you to choose to cultivate it. Wouldn't it be fine as long as you don't cultivate Gu Jun's cultivation method? Furthermore, didn't you come here to take his body and all of his inheritance back? What's going on now? I. Hearing the system's words, Lin Rei was speechless and couldn't explain himself. The system was right. The reason why the Great Tao could control everything was because of their cultivation method. As long as they didn't cultivate it, they wouldn't be controlled by the Great Tao. Regarding this, Lin Rei knew that he had been rash and had fallen into the trap. Thinking about it, he felt a sense of regret. Isn't it better to think like that? If you obtain his things, you can increase your cultivation. At the very least, you can awaken the little dragon. Hearing Lin Rei's thoughts, the system said. Yes, I know. Previously, I didn't think of it. It's my fault. Lin Rei apologized for his rebuttal to the system. Regarding this, the system chuckled. Alright, you brat. Do you think I don't know you? Alright, remember. You are only allowed to accept everything from Gu Jun. You can't cultivate his cultivation method. Do you understand? Furthermore. As it said that, as if it was afraid that Lin Rei would forget, it continued to remind him, when you receive Gu Jun's information, I will think of a way to erase the will of the Great Tao. Yes, I understand. Hearing the system's arrangement, Lin Rei felt relieved. However, the moment his worried heart calmed down, he thought of something and asked the system anxiously, "If I do that, will anything happen to you? Will you be pierced by the great Tao?" It's fine." At this moment, the system felt a thick warmth. This feeling was very comfortable. It's still too early for the great Tao to notice me. Furthermore, I only erased the mark of the great Tao. I didn't do anything else. Phew, he let out a long sigh and looked relieved. That's good. I thought. He didn't continue. After knowing that the system wouldn't be discovered, Lin Rei let go of his previous reservations. At this moment, Gu Jun's voice sounded again, "Brat, I'll ask you one last time. Do you want my inheritance or not? You have to know that I'm not someone who can just, I want it." Without waiting for Gu Jun to finish his sentence, Lin Rei's lips curled into a smile as he said firmly. Although his words were interrupted, Lin Rei's reply was beyond his expectations. Previously, he said that he didn't want it and his attitude was very firm. It's only been half an hour. What's wrong now? Has his personality changed? Or is it someone else? How about it? Now tell me, what can you give me? What can I get from you? Besides, I've always believed in earning my own living. Now that a pie has fallen from the sky, I really don't like it. I'm afraid that I'll be smashed to death. As he said, Lin Rei's eyes flashed sharply. With a mysterious expression, he looked at the sky and continued, "Tell me, what do you want me to do if you give me everything you have? Don't ever say that you have no conditions. This kind of words only work on little brats. To me, it's useless." Gu Jun, looking at the experienced Lin Rei, Gu Jun was stunned. If it wasn't for the fact that the person in front of him was young, he would have thought that the person in front of him was an old monster from the same era as himself. The calmness and experience that didn't lose to his age shocked Gu Jun. Time passed slowly. In the blink of an eye, the scene fell into silence. No one spoke. Gu Jun also fell into silence. At this moment, he was thinking about what to say next. In the blink of an eye, an hour had passed. Finally, the silence was broken by Gu Jun. "Kid, you're right. The reason why I gave you my inheritance is because I want you to help me remove the ice seal in Hongmeng. Also, I want you to help the Hongmeng realm recover to its former glory." At this moment, Gu Jun's words revealed traces of sorrow. Remove the ice seal? Hearing Gu Jun's words, Lin Rei was speechless. He seemed to have heard the little dragon mention this before. It seemed that he had a mission in the future to help the Hongmeng realm remove the ice seal, although he wasn't sure of the details. Yes, looking at the strange look in Lin Rei's eyes, Gu Jun didn't think too much about it. However, thinking that he didn't have much time, he urged, "All right, let's not talk about this for now. I don't have much time left. I'll quickly give you the inheritance now. As for the rest, you'll be able to fully accept it when you reach a certain level. As for my conditions, I will separate a trace of my consciousness and store it in your mind. As long as you reach a certain level, that trace of consciousness will be able to sense everything to you." What? Just like that, it was over. Before he could even open his mouth, the decision had been made. Such a hasty decision. Before Linley could even open his mouth to refuse, he felt an enormous amount of information flood into his mind. With a buzzing sound, a pain as if he was struck by lightning swept over him. This pain didn't come from his body, but from the depths of his soul. Hongmeng Tendo Technique. At this moment, a technique appeared in Lin Rei's mind. Looking at this technique, Lin Rei was stunned. Then, without looking at it, he used his willpower to seal it in the depths of his mind. Bit by bit, all of Gu Jun's inheritance swarmed into Lin Rei's mind. As such, it was fortunate that Lin Rei's mental strength was strong. Otherwise, Lin Rei's mind would have been crushed by the huge amount of information and he would have died. Just like that, Lin Rei was immersed in the matter of Gu Jun's inheritance. Meanwhile, in the ancient corpse vault, earth-shattering changes occurred. Without the control of the three chiefs, the first, second, and third layers of corpses began to wantonly kill in the ancient corpse vault. However, whenever they saw a human disciple, no matter who it was, they would rush up to fight. Although they knew that they couldn't win, with thousands of corpses advancing dauntlessly, even if the person was a hierarch expert, he wouldn't be able to withstand such a dense battle. As such, all the disciples who entered the ancient corpse vault suffered unspeakably. However, there was no other way. They were no match for the corpses and didn't dare to show their faces. If they were discovered by the corpses, there would only be one outcome, death. It was in such an environment that everyone persevered for a few years. Finally, all the cultivators who entered the ancient corpse vault were excited. Not for anything else, but because today was the deadline of 30 years. The ancient corpse vault opened every 30 years. Today, it was exactly 30 years. At the entrance of the ancient corpse vault, that shocking light pillar appeared once again after 30 years. At this moment, the cultivators who looked at the light pillar cried. They couldn't hold back their tears and finally burst out. Woo, finally, I can finally leave. I can finally leave. Looking at the light pillar, everyone couldn't wait any longer. They couldn't care less about the corpses and took out their magic treasures and soared into the sky. Whenever they encountered a group of corpses on the way, they would stop by killing them. Their only goal now was to reach the exit and let the people behind them leave. As for the hundreds and thousands of people who entered, there weren't many left. Other than the less than 100 people on the surface, there was no one else. Because, those people had already entered the stomach of the corpses. In the third heaven, Pai Xiu stood in front of the palace and looked at the mountains. His eyes were filled with anxiety. What's going on? The 30-year deadline is already up. Why hasn't Lin Rei come out yet? Moreover, don't panic. Lin Rei hasn't come out. Even Jia Yang has disappeared. After such a long time of searching, the entire ancient corpse vault has been turned upside down by the three of us. In the end, we still couldn't find Jia Yang. Do you guys think that Jia Yang? No, absolutely not. At this time, hearing Gu Feng's words, Pai Xiu quickly interrupted. Although that brat's cultivation is not good, he wouldn't be so stupid as to not find a place to hide. Yes, absolutely not. That brat is definitely still alive. Yes, he's still alive. Sigh. Seeing Pai Xiu so agitated, Gu Feng was stunned. Everyone was stunned and no one said anything. The scene fell into silence. No one said anything, but their eyes were fixed on the mountains in unison. In the depths of the realm within the realm, a young man stood there with a deep gaze and an evil smile on his face. At a glance, it gave people a creepy feeling. Time passes so quickly. I didn't expect that just by accepting an inheritance, 30 years would pass in the blink of an eye. You're tuning into the Xiaofan's Wuxia Tales YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.